private beach, complimentary children's programs, 4 award-winning restaurants, a new world-class spa, an outdoor pool, and tennis courts. Year after year, Chatham Bars Inn is recognized as one of the top resorts in the world. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show, getting ready for game 22 of the Cape League season. Chatham visits Harwich, and it's time for the Manager's Show with the Chatham skipper, Dennis Cook. I'm Jake Klein. Dennis, you had the off day to process the shutout loss against Brewster a couple of days ago. What were your thoughts after that one?
We got to get better. We got to get some timely hits. We got to get more base runners. We got to get more competitive at the plate and be tougher outs offensively.
What changes when you write the lineup card and Henry Ford and Ethan Mendoza aren't in there anymore?
Well, and you can add Ace Reese to that mix too. You know, we've lost 3 pretty good hitters, but that doesn't matter. We still have a roster full of good hitters that I don't think have hit up to their standard, and I think they would say the same thing. So just waiting for those guys to catch fire, and hopefully they will, and we'll start scoring some runs. We pitched good the last 2 games. So, you know, we just got to put it together with the pitching and the hitting.
What has your message been to players around the batting cage before today's game?
Keep swinging, get better, better BP, don't hit a ball in BP. I mean, that should never happen. Or maybe 1 out of 20 swings that we should miss hit balls. Get better control of your barrel. Have a plan when you're hitting BP. Stay in the gaps. Don't hit them down the lines. Just simple things to try to, prepare them and get them ready for the game.
You were a pretty good hitter back in your day. Played the outfield some at Texas, and then one of the better hitting relief pitchers in the major leagues. How much of a part of your game was that during your career?
Oh, I try to look at myself as a baseball player, not just a pitcher. I love talking hitting. I love teaching hitting. Yeah.
So what are some of the things you talk about with hitters?
I talk about being ready to hit a fastball, hunt the fastball. When you get it, don't miss it. Talk about 2-strike approach. I talk about hitting behind runners. Talk about getting the ball out of the air. Hit line drives and hard ground balls, which is contradictory to everything that the nerds teach in baseball now. So there's value in a ground ball to second base with a man, or ground ball to the second baseman with a man on second base and nobody out. You move the runner to third base, and then another guy can hit another ground ball to the shortstop, and you score a run. I think we've gotten away from what's important, and what's important is pitchers gets outs and hitters step on home plate. So that's what I talk about.
How hard is it to allow players of a younger generation to figure that out?
Well, it's not hard because that's what I expect. And that's what they're here for. We're here to teach them how to play baseball. A lot of them, they're good they're good players, but they really don't know how to play the game. There's a lot of games within the game, and that's what makes our game so beautiful. And we're here to help pass that along to them.
Bring in Reed Stallman, your center fielder from Mississippi State, who's in for the first time today. What was the process like getting him to Chatham?
He wants to come up and hit, and we need hitting, so he's got power, and I think he's going to help us. And we got hopefully one more guy coming, and then that'll be it for us offensively. So we'll see if the other guy comes. I'm hoping he does. He'll help balance our lineup out a little bit and bring a little speed. So just waiting to hear back from his coach.
Chatting with Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show before the A's face the Harwich Mariners. Dennis, what is mid-season recruiting like in the Cape Cod Baseball League?
Oh, it stinks, actually. I don't really understand a lot of the players. It's more pitching that are leaving early. We got guys leaving that threw 8 innings during the season, and they've thrown 11 here. So that's 19 innings for a whole season since January, and they're leaving. So I really don't understand it. I think they're getting some bad advice from whether it be advisors or whoever it is. So, we'll wish them the best of luck and, move on from there.
You do have one of your more consistent arms going tonight in Harwich. It's Nate Taylor. What has he brought to this rotation?
Well, Nate's a hard worker. He's those strikes he does for the most part. He's a strikeout pitcher, so we'll see how he does tonight. Hopefully he'll keep us in the game and we'll be able to score a few runs.
Nate Taylor and the A's face the Harwich Mariners in just a couple of minutes. That's the Manager's Show. Dennis, thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thanks, Jake.
Back to Hudson Ridley for the rest of the Anglers Extra pregame show.
Thank you very much, Jake. Not going to waste any time here. You heard from Dennis Cook, but on the other side, you'll hear from another special guest. We roll on in just a moment on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TRC. Cape Cod.
Sweet Tomatoes Pizza, located right around the corner from Veterans Field at 790 Main Street in Chatham. Pick up a pie on your way to the game or grab a calzone before first pitch. The dough for their specialty pizza is rolled right before your eyes. Eat in or take out, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and sometimes later. Call 508-348-0200. See their full menu online at sweettomatoescapecod.com. Sweet Tomatoes, a Chatham pregame tradition.
Welcome back into the Anglers Extra pregame show ahead of game number 22 on the Cape League season. Second time of the year at White House Field, and it's time for the catch of the day. I'm Hudson Ridley. Alongside me is Jake Hanley, first baseman from Indiana. Jake, we're halfway through, a little more than halfway through at this point of the Cape League season. When you think back to the first half of the season, what's the biggest highlight that stands out for you?
It's kind of been an up and down season so far, adjusting to wood bats and different pitching, but I'd say probably that stretch where we kind of went on a hot streak, where the team was hitting and clicking on all cylinders was really fun to be a part of, and I think we got it in us. We just gotta find it, and I think we're right there.
What makes it so hard to adjust?
I don't know. It's baseball, so I took 2 weeks off coming over here. Maybe that played a factor, but it's a different level of competition out here. You're facing guys from different conferences and stuff that you've never seen before. So baseball's a game of adjustments, and this is just a really big adjustment piled into one place.
When you go on those stretches, you had one a couple weeks ago where just really everything was working for you. How does that help the confidence in a league like this?
Oh, yeah, it helps a lot. Just playing free, not worrying about stats or stuff like that. So, just finding ways to do that consistently, because when I do it, I'm at my best. So finding ways to do that is important, and this is what a league like that's for, to get ready for next year during college.
You've also got to try out a little bit of left field as well. How have you been adjusting to playing in left?
I've been doing fine. I played outfield when I was a kid for basically my whole life, so it's just kind of going back. It's like riding a bike, so it's not too hard, but yeah, I love first, and that's probably the spot I'll play in college, but I don't mind being in the outfield at all, getting to run a little bit.
Riding a bike, that's a pretty tough comparison. Is it that easy to jump back in and left?
So far it's been fine. Tracking the fly ball is not the hardest thing in my mind compared to hitting one, so yeah, I haven't had any issues out there so far.
Have you played and left through the fog yet, to the point where it had gotten that bad?
No, I didn't think the fog actually was all that bad, even when we were at home. So I think the weather here's been fine while I'm out there, luckily. So we were talking about it the other day, though, when it got foggy during that YD game. We were kind of figuring out what was going to happen. So, but that was an interesting game. Yeah.
Does it make it harder on the infield when there's that fog?
No, the closer you are, the less apparent it's going to be. So I actually thought that game we got fogged out at Brewster was pretty easy to see. But yeah, it's kind of a weird paradox there.
It certainly is. That fog is a little different than Indiana, too. I'm sure not as much fog out there.
Oh, we don't get any. I haven't seen fog in maybe like 3 or 4 years, but yeah, weather out there is pretty consistent.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm a Midwestern guy. I'd never seen fog like that. It's a very strange concept.
When I got in here, it was super foggy, and the next day it looked like a completely different town. So, you learn something new every day out here.
They always say if you don't like the weather out here, wait 10 minutes. It could very well change. Your family also got to come in and see this town as well. What did they think about your time in Chatham so far and their visit in Chatham?
Yeah, they loved it. They stayed at a place up in Harwich and kind of came back and forth from Chatham, and it's like the picturesque Cape Town. So they had a great time here and thoroughly enjoyed pretty much every moment. What's
it like having your family visit during the summer?
That's amazing. Not being able to see them for long periods of time during the summer season, and especially during college. It's a big help to have them here because they're like a shoulder to rely on, and you can talk to them about everything. So it was good to have them over here for a little bit.
They were here for the game in Falmouth where you hit a double down the left field line, and then all of a sudden a dinosaur jumped on top of that. I've never seen a family in the crowd have more reaction than their family. What was the conversation afterwards about that?
Honestly, I just sent them the video and they started laughing. So, you know, you don't usually see stuff like that back in the Midwest, let alone dinosaurs in the field. So that was a first for basically everybody.
It feels like there can never be a normal game between Chatham and Falmouth this season.
Not a normal game anywhere out here. Everything's got something different in it, and that's the beauty of baseball.
Have there been weird moments in your baseball career that have stacked up anything close to that?
Not even remotely close. No, I wouldn't say. But, I mean, for the most part, fans usually aren't on the field, so that's not really an issue. The worst things I see are people tackling each other for foul balls, but nothing on the field of play. No.
It takes some adjustment for sure, being in the Cape League, especially here. Now, you've gotten a chance for half the season to learn from these coaches so far, and reading about you at Indiana, something that you did was hang out with the coaches on the top step of the dugout. What do you think you learn from hanging out with the coaches?
I just think there's little nuances about the game that I don't know. I'm still really young, still only 19, and in high school, I was like, oh, I've got the game figured out. And then you get to college and you realize it's a completely different game. It's faster, guys are stronger, throwing harder. So just kind of learning little stuff. And especially when you get up to higher levels, you kind of forget what's going on because you're a little sped up. So just kind of talking with them and listening to what they have to say helps me slow myself down and center myself. And then whenever I take the field, I just use what they tell me to try and improve.
They talk about a welcome to the league moment a lot in pro sports. Was there a welcome to the league moment that gave you this mindset in college?
Yeah. I think we were playing USC. It was kind of later into the season, but we were playing USC, and I was on second base, and I forgot how many outs there were, which usually never happens because I'm a great base runner. But yeah, I didn't run from a line drive into center field from second and ended up not scoring. And then luckily the next batter hit a homer, so I got out of it. But that was a rough little welcome to college baseball.
What was the conversation from the coaching staff after that?
To be honest, Merce, I don't really remember, but I check the outs every time I'm on the bases now, so I don't have to mess that up again.
Pretty good to do as a baseball player, check the outs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just little, stupid stuff like that. It's not even stupid, but just, learning to be more attentive during the game is important, and especially with high-level baseball in college and you're in big situations and there's a lot of fans, it's just remembering how to play the game and not making it bigger than it is.
There's been some kids camps in the last week where they've happened at Veterans Field. As some of the messages being more attentive in that way?
I mean, we tell the kids to be attentive, yeah, but when you get in the thick of it out here, you kind of get rushed, or you're thinking about other things and kind of lose track of outs sometimes. But so far since that moment, I've been very attentive to outs, base runners, positioning of outfielders, stuff like that. So making sure that doesn't happen again.
Can definitely lose track of time out here. Feels like time is flying. It's already time for game 22 of the season. More Anglers Extra pregame show coming up. But Jake Handley, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Jake, back to you with the rest of the Anglers Extra pregame show.
All right, Hudson. Chatham and Harwich coming up from White House Field. We've got your pitching matchups, lineups, and first pitch all ahead.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TRC. Cape Cod.
Year after year, Cape Cod League Baseball and Chatham Bars Inn have been synonymous with summer on Cape Cod. The inn has offered clam bakes, beachside barbecues, and oceanfront dining since 1914. The new Beach House restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Visit Chatham Bars Inn at www.chathambarsin.com. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Chatham A's Baseball is on the air right now.
Swings and hits one to left center field. Back goes McFadden. He will not get there. It's a home run. A grand slam for Todd Frazier.
Chugging into second base with an RBI double is Evan Longoria. He is 4 for 4.
Hit on the ground, left side. Will it get through? Off Crawford and into center field. Federovic scores, and Chatham wins it in 11. The game-winning hit from Seager. It's a 5-4 Chatham winner.
And now, with your play-by-play, Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley.
On a 2-game skid without a run, the Chatham A's visit White House Field with a chance to end the slide. It's Chatham and Harwich, Diamond side at White House Field with Hudson Ridley. I'm Jake Klein. Hudson, you've got our pitching matchup presented by the Red Nun Bar and Grill.
I certainly do, Jake. Leading it off for Chatham, it's this right fielder Ashton Larson, followed by the first baseman Daniel Jackson in the 2-hole. Jackson Freeman moves up to the 3 spot with Isaiah Lane back in his original spot from the beginning of the year in the cleanup spot. Chase Freilich bats 5th with Gavin Gallagher in the 6-hole. Roman Martin hits 7th with Jake Hanley in the 8 spot, and Cade Aaron Beatty, the catcher, rounds out the order for Chatham. On the other side for Harwich, it's Trey Broussard leading it off. Tanner Marsh playing shortstop. He bats 2nd with the designated hitter Aiden Robbins in the 3 spot. Maddox Maloney, who's already done damage to Chatham this year, bats in the cleanup spot with Sam Harris in the 5-hole. Nico Brini bats 6th with Matt Conti hitting 7th. Shintaro Inoue, the second baseman, bats 8th with Bristol Carter, the 9-hole hitter, rounding out the lineup. Those are your lineups presented by Chatham Clothing Bar. Jake, you have the pitching matchup presented by the Red Nun Bar and Grill.
Now I have the pitching matchup presented by the Red Nun Bar and Grill. For Harwich, in the top of the first, it'll be the right-hander Luke McNeely, 6'3", 190-pound junior to be from the University of Florida. He makes his 4th appearance and 4th start. In his first 10 2/3 innings with the Mariners, he has pitched to a 4.22 ERA, 13 strikeouts to 5 walks. He's opposed by Nate Taylor, who's been one of Chatham's most consistent arms to this point, 6'2", 213-pound righty, a sophomore in the transfer portal from the University of Georgia. He makes his 4th appearance and 3rd start, 11 1/3 pitched so far, a 3.18 ERA, 18 strikeouts to 4 walks. The one bugaboo, the pair of home runs he has allowed on the season. That is your pitching matchup presented to you by the Red Nun Bar and Grill. Harwich is circled up outside of its home third base side dugout. The Mariners are in the navy blue hats with the Cape Cod Baseball League logo. And the reason they've got the generic Cape League hats is because they've got the Friday night red shirts in honor of the United States military. They've got the red jerseys with Cape Cod scrawled in digital camo script across the chest. Digicamo numbers on the front and back, and the black American flag is above those rear numbers. Harwich has the regular cream pants pulled up to the knees with the high navy blue stirrups with red and white stripes. On the other side, Chatham has the royal blue hats, red bills, and the red fishhook A logo on the front. Chatham scripted in white across the chest, red numbers on the front side and white numbers on the back side outlined in red. The A's have the gray pants with blue piping on the side. Get you your umpires for today's game. Those are presented to you, as always, by Chatham Paint and Hardware. It's Mickey Garcia calling balls and strikes. He's back behind home plate after a couple weeks away from calling balls and strikes. He had only been working the bases after he suffered an arm injury while playing baseball. On the right side of the infield is Jeff Merzell. On the left side is Joe Labella. And those are your umpires, presented to you, as always, by Chatham Paint and Hardware. It's kind of a gloomy, overcast evening at White House Field. The lights, for now, are off. Some streaks of blue sky above left center field and straight overhead, but mostly in the distance, faded whitish gray clouds circle White House Field. Tucked away in the woods adjacent to Monomoy Regional High School and encircled by trees on all sides. Trees behind home plate, back toward the parking lot, and they ring all the way around the outfield fence. 330 feet to left and right, and 400 feet to dead center at White House Field. It's one of the tougher places in the league to put one out.
It certainly is, and that is kind of translated to the offense for Harwich, which is middle of the pack. The good thing this year for the Mariners, though, they have not allowed a lot of runs, partially because of the dimensions of White House Field. Only 59 runs allowed by Harwich. That is the least in the league by a very wide margin. The most allowed this year, Wareham has nearly double at 116 runs allowed, so a massive differential between those two teams. And partially, I mean, the dimensions of the ballpark help, but also the pitching staff this year for Harwich has been otherworldly, and right now that is keeping them in the thick of it in the East Division standings.
The left-hander Matthew Heiberger was set to start for the Mariners tonight out of Alabama. He's been arguably the best pitcher in the Cape League to this point, and was the Cape League Pitcher of the Week last week. But Harwich made a switch before the game. They opt to go with the right-hander Luke McNeely out of Florida, and he has completed his warm-up pitches and is ready to face the Chatham order. One more time through that order, it's Larson, Jackson, Freeman, Lane, Freilich, Gallagher, Martin, Hanley, Arambidi. Got 4 lefties in that Chatham order to 5 righties. Left-hander Ashton Larson digs in. Right-hander McNeely puts his glove over his face, winds up. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled over the chain-link backstop out of play, 0-1. First pitch at 6:33 p.m., 72 degrees and cloudy in Harwich. Time and temperature presented by the Chatham Athletic Association. Right against left, the 0-1. Fastball misses high, 92 miles an hour according to the radar gun on the green right center field scoreboard. A ball and a strike on Larson. It's in the leadoff spot for the second game in a row for the A's. 1-1, swung on and launched into center field. The center fielder Trey Broussard backs up on it, backpedaling in front of the fence. He makes the grab for the first out. Larson hits it almost as deep as you can without putting it out in White House Field. And Broussard, just a couple of feet shy of the warning track, puts it away. Get you the Harwich defensive alignment, presented by Short and Sweet Ice Cream. Nico Brini plays left field. You just heard from Trey Broussard in center. Bristol Carter is in right. Maddox Maloney at third. Tanner Marsh at short. First pitch to Daniel Jackson. Breaking ball upstairs. 1-0. Get you the rest of that defensive alignment. Shintaro Inoue plays second. Sam Harris at first. Matt Conti behind the plate. 1-0 to Jackson. Fastball right down the chute. Called a strike by Mickey Garcia. 1-1. McNeely winds again. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball near the ankles of Jackson, and he cuts over it. A ball and 2 strikes. McNeely winds again. 1-2. In the dirt. Bounces off the chalk on the inside of the left-handed batter's box. It's 2-2. McNeely donning the royal blue Florida undershirt, 3/4 long sleeves under his red jersey. 2-2. Flied into straightaway center field. Broussard jogs slightly toward the gap, puts the brakes on, and reaches up with the right hand to make the catch. 2 gone. Back-to-back flyouts to center field start the game for the A's, who, as a reminder, have not scored a run in 19 straight innings of play. The last the Anglers scored was in the 7th inning last Sunday against Falmouth at Veterans Field. Jackson Freeman will try to change that. 3-hole hitter out of Northwestern from the left side. First pitch outside with a changeup, 87, 1-0. McNeely looks in again. The righty winds up, 1-0. Outside with a fastball, 2-0. Isaiah Lane back in the cleanup spot today, waits on deck. First a 2-0 pitch to Freeman. Here it is. Fastball lofted left side out of play. Hits off the light tower that's positioned right behind the Harwich dugout on the third base side. 2-1. Those lights have come on in the first few moments of the ball game. They were off at the time of first pitch. 2-1 on Jackson Freeman. Right-hander McNeely takes a deep breath. Into the wind is 2-1. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Harwich shifts with 2 strikes, pulls 3 infielders to the right of the second base bag. 2-2. Line foul almost straight back over the wood-shingled press box into the parking lot behind the quote-unquote gates at White House Field. There is kind of an area where everybody walks in, but no true turnstiles. 2-2. Swing and a miss at a low breaking ball. He struck him out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Luke McNeely to start things off at White House Field. Ashton Larson and Daniel Jackson fly out to center, and then Freeman strikes out swinging. Nothing across for the A's in the top of the first after a half inning of play at White House Field. It's Chatham nothing and Harwich coming to bat against the Georgia right-hander Nate Taylor, who makes his third start of the season for the A's up next. Taylor faces the top of the Harwich order when we come back on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC.
Back at White House Field, time for the home half of the first. Chatham nothing with Harwich coming to bat. Trey Broussard, Tanner Marsh, and Aiden Robbins started off for the Mariners against the Chatham right-hander Nate Taylor, who makes his third start and fourth appearance. Righty winds up. First pitch to Broussard. Fastball, called a strike. High outside corner, right around 90 miles an hour. 0-1. Taylor expected to make his final Cape League appearance today. The 0-1. Fastball fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes on Broussard. He's been one of Chatham's most consistent arms, 18 strikeouts to just 4 walks. Dennis Cook called him a strikeout pitcher before the game. Facing the lefty Broussard, it'll be an 0-2. Fastball knocked toward right. Gallagher leaps, it's over his head and into right field. A leadoff base hit for Trey Broussard. And Harwich has a man on with nobody out in the bottom of the first. As Tanner Marsh comes into the right-handed batter's box, it's time to get you the Chatham defensive alignment presented by Short and Sweet Ice Cream. Jake Hanley plays left, Jackson Freeman center, Ashton Larson right. Third to first around the infield, Roman Martin, Isaiah Lane, Gavin Gallagher, Daniel Jackson. Cade Arambidi catches Nate Taylor. First pitch to the righty, Marsh. Cut on and missed. 0-1. High fastball. Just 88 miles an hour on the right field scoreboard. 0-1 on Marsh. Right-handed hitting shortstop from Liberty. The pitch. High with the fastball. 1-1. First hit of the game belongs to the Mariners in the bottom of the first. Broussard leads off with nobody out. 1-1. Breaking ball spins just outside. 2 balls and a strike. Chatham defense relatively straight up. Second baseman Gavin Gallagher pinched a tad toward the bag at second. The pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tanner Marsh. Righty Taylor looks in for the sign. Nods once. Comes to a set. Glove at the belt. Kicks the left leg and comes home. Breaking ball punched in the air. Foul on the first base side. Jackson sprints back. The first baseman makes the grab. A step or two into foul territory near the edge of the infield dirt. And that's the first out.
The designated hitter from Texas,
Tanner Marsh with a little in-between fly ball.
Robbins.
Just behind the bag at first. Gallagher, the second baseman, came over, but wasn't high enough for him to get over there. Jackson, the first baseman, with a worse angle, takes it himself. 1 gone, and Aiden Robbins comes into the right-handed box. Taylor comes set on the mound. Broussard off of first with 1 out. First pitch to Robbins. Fastball called a strike. Outer third, 0-1. Runner leads off of first with 1 out. Taylor comes set. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Called a strike. Runner goes. The throw to second is not in time. Broussard gets his right hand in front of the tag. Gallagher keels over after Joe Labella, the left side umpire, makes the call. He thought he put the tag on in time, but Trey Broussard is in. He's got his 9th stolen base of the Cape League season on 10 tries, and Harwich has a runner in scoring position with 1 out. 0-2 on Robbins, the right-handed hitter at the plate. And ahead of the 0-2, Taylor steps off. Robbins, primary outfielder in the DH hole tonight from Seton Hall, but transferring to Texas. 0-2, breaking ball, chopped foul, just wide of third. Roman Martin, the Chatham third baseman, tried for it. Passed his outstretched glove toward the Mariner bullpen in foul ground about halfway up the left field line. So it stays no balls and 2 strikes. Robbins digs back in. Taylor comes set. Looks at second. Looks again. The 0-2. Fastball called. Strike 3. Just under the letters. Robbins turns back toward the Harwich dugout without a word.
The
2
third
gone.
baseman from Oregon, number 39, Maddox Maloney.
Still scoreless in the bottom of the first between Chatham and Harwich. Mariners have a runner on second with 2 out. And now Maddox Maloney comes up. Right-handed hitting cleanup man from Oregon. Hit a 3-run homer last time these teams played here. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. Aaron Beatty, the catcher, blocks it out in front of home plate. Keeps Broussard at second with 2 gone. Taylor set again, the pitch. Fastball check swing, bounces it up the first baseline. Taylor scampers over, slaps the tag on Maloney, and that ends the inning. Nate Taylor scampered off the mound on a rolling ground ball about halfway up the first base line. He picks it up and with 2 hands puts the tag on the left chest area of Maloney to end the inning. So Taylor works around the leadoff single and hangs a 0. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left for Harwich. We go to the second at White House Field. It's a scoreless tie between the A's and the M's on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod. What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams that scatter. When you pull them all together.
Hi, this is Isaiah Lane from the University of San Diego. You're listening to the Chatham Mays Baseball with Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Massachusetts State Lottery is celebrating the games we love, from the baseball diamond to post-game keno with friends. The lottery helps support all 351 cities and towns across the state. The Mass Lottery celebrate the night with keno. Isaiah Lane leads it off for Chatham in the top of the second. The A's and the Harwich Mariners scoreless after one at White House Field. With Hudson Ridley, I'm Jake Klein. Right-hander Luke McNeely out for his second inning. Retired the A's 1-2-3 in the first. First pitch to Lane. Breaking ball ducks inside. 1-0. Lane back up into the cleanup spot for the first time since the first week of the season. 1-0 pitch. Fastball high and tight. 2-0. Third straight game with a different lineup for Dennis Cook, who continues to shuffle it around and look for a solution to what is now a 20-inning scoreless streak for the A's. 2-0 pitch, high and tight. 3 balls, no strikes. Last time Chatham scored was in the 7th inning, Sunday night at Falmouth. .3-0 to Lane. Inside, ball 4. He windmills the bat towards Chatham's first base dugout and works a leadoff walk in the second. The A's have their first base runner of the day.
Number 6, Chase Fralick.
So Lane leads off of first with nobody out, and Chase Fralick steps in. First pitch, outside with a fastball. 5 straight balls to start the inning from the right-hander Luke McNeely. Right-hander from the stretch, glances at the runner at first. Nobody out. 1-0 to Fralick. Called a strike. It's a fastball right at the letters on Fralick's blue Chatham Road jersey. First strike of the inning thrown by the right-hander McNeely. It's 1-1 on Fralick. The pitch. Outside with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Isaiah Lane, the Chatham runner on first, is 3 of 5 stealing bases this summer. Chatham dead last in the league in that category. 2-1. Called a strike, low inside corner. Fralick shrugs his shoulders, then rolls his head as he stutters around outside of the left-handed box. Now he digs back in, spins the bat twice toward the mound, and readies for a 2-2 from McNeely. The right-hander comes to a stop. Here's the pitch. Fastball sawed off, foul. First base side. Fralick jammed, but muscles it out of play on, rather, the third base side. Over a packed grandstand between press box, directly behind home plate, and Harwich dugout. Even with the third base bag. Another 2-2 to Fralick. Here it is. Runner goes. Pitches a breaking ball, hit foul. Down the first base line on a line, and Fralick splinters his bat. Saunters back towards Chatham's dugout, a ways from home plate at White House Field. Oodles of foul territory in Harwich. The dugout set 30, 40 feet back from the foul line and pushed back even with the first and third base bags. So Fralick changes out his natural grain bat with a red handle for another old hickory. This one black dipped with white grip tape. Taps it against home plate. Back into the left-handed box. Lane off of first with nobody out. Another 2-2. Popped foul in the air over the Harwich dugout and out of play. Left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Remains the count on Chase Fralick. Left-handed hitter hitting 196. 2-2. In the dirt. Picked on a hop by Conti. Lane stays at first. Moves to a full count against Freilich. A reigning freshman All-American in his first season at Auburn. He'll face a 3-2 from McNeely. Righty set. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Fastball popped up behind home plate. It tails toward the press box and gets out of play. Off the roof of the press box, directly behind the chain link backstop, it caroms back toward the tents set up where fans enter White House Field, and plenty of them have on a Friday night. Stands on either side nearly filled. More spectators on blankets and lawn chairs on grassy hills down the left and right field lines. Another 3-2. Down and in, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Luke McNeely to start the second. Chatham has runners on first and second with nobody out.
And a good long at-bat from Freilich. Anything near the plate he challenged and sawed off to either side. Those fastballs weren't just pulled or pushed either way. And he nearly executed a good hit and run with Isaiah Lane. It was just about a foot foul down that first base line. Had it stayed in, it would have allowed Lane to go first to third.
So with runners on first and second and nobody out, Gavin Gallagher comes into the right-handed box. Corner infielders are in for Harwich with no one out. The pitch. Fastball down and away, 1-0. Gallagher had been a top-of-the-order mainstay for Chatham since his arrival in the first week of the season. Batting 6th today, the lowest point in the order he has hit all season. McNeely steps off ahead of his his second pitch to Gallagher. Now the pitch, swing and a miss.
And while he stepped off, Chatham was awarded a ball in the count to Gallagher earlier.
A pitch clock violation.
That clock had gotten low, but it didn't look like 0.
2-1. Fastball below the knees, 3-1. Yeah, I didn't think it got down to 0 either.
It did not seem like it. Third base umpire Jeff Merzel, who's really at second base right now, in on the grass, stopped the windup, or the near windup, of the pitcher and called it back, gave him a ball.
So 3-1 on Gallagher. Runners off first and second with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Upstairs with the fastball, ball 4. So aided by the pitch clock violation early in the at-bat, Gallagher works a walk. It's the third straight issued by Luke McNeely. And now a visit to the mound for the Harwich pitching coach. Lane goes up to third, Freilich up to second, and Gallagher on first. Still nobody out. The bases are loaded for Roman Martin as the Mariner infield gathers on the mound.
And nobody up and warming right now for the M's either.
These haven't been drastic misses.
They have not. It's really nibbling around the zone, and it's been long at-bats. The at-bat against Chase Freilich, I mean, he had to battle for that. Isaiah Lane got a free pass on 4 balls, but Gavin Gallagher was really mostly aided by the pitch clock violation, or else he would not have gotten into that 3-1 count in the first place. And so these have kind of been unfortunate mistakes for McNeely, but mistakes nonetheless. The bases are loaded.
The home plate umpire, Mickey Garcia, in his baby blue umpiring uniform, the charcoal gray pants, goes out to break up the meeting and then jogs behind home plate. He beats the catcher, Matt Conti, back behind the plate. And now with the bases loaded and nobody out, Chatham has a chance to score the first run of the game in the top of the second. And Roman Martin comes up. First pitch to the right-handed hitter. Fastball swung on and lofted foul. In the air, out of play, first base side, 0-1. Martin in his third Cape League game out of UCLA. Just arrived into town in Chatham on Sunday and played on Tuesday and Wednesday for the A's. 0-1. Fastball below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martin 0 of 6 to start his Chatham tenure. He has worked a couple of walks, both in the A's last game, a 2-0 loss at Brewster. 1-1. Breaking ball, called a strike, inside corner, 1-2. So after the mound visit, McNeely throws 2 of the first 3 pitches to Martin in the zone. And it's a strike away from the first out. Here's the 1-2. Lined, right side, over second, and into right field, a base hit. Lane jogs home. Freilich stops at third. Roman Martin's first Cape League hit is an RBI single, and the A's are off the schneid. 1-0 Chatham in the top of the second.
Jake Hanley.
And boy, that weight off must feel unlimited for the A's right now. It had been since the 6th inning on Sunday, now in the 2nd inning on Friday.
First pitch to Jake Hanley. Breaking ball darts down and into the left-handed hitter, 1-0. Freilich on third, Gallagher second, Martin first after the RBI knock. 1-0. Downstairs, 2-0. McNeely was not the scheduled starter for Harwich today. The Mariners announced that the Alabama left-hander Matthew Heiberger would start. 2-0. Fastball called a strike, letter high on the 6'6" left-handed hitter. 2-1. Heiberger has an ERA under 0.80 in over 11 innings. 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. Instead, the M's turned to Luke McNeely for his 4th start. He had only walked 5 in 10 2/3 innings. Heading into the day, he's now walked 3 in this inning. And in a 3-1 count against Hanley. Here's the pitch. Drilled. Dead center field. Broussard tracks it back in front of the fence. He makes the grab. Freilich tags from third. He jogs home easily and scores. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Jake Hanley. Chatham doubles the lead. It's 2-0 A's in the second.
The catcher from LSU.
That was probably the
number
best
28,
hit ball Jake
Aaron
Hanley
Beatty.
has had all year. He just hit it to the deepest part of the park, but he made great contact with it and made Trey Broussard track back and work for it.
It probably clears the center field fence 385 feet at Veterans Field, but not here in Harwich. The other 2 runners tagged, Gallagher to third, Martin to first. First pitch to Aaron Beatty. Fastball called a strike, 0-1. Aaron Beatty, the catcher out of LSU in the 9-hole for Chatham. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, starts his hands but holds up. It's called a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Aaron Beatty changed up the facial hair on the off day. Went from the full beard to the goatee. 0-2. Breaking ball, hit in the air, high toward right field. Bristol Carter chases it toward the line, settles under it, makes the catch. Gallagher tags. The throw in, offline. Gallagher scores standing. Kate Aaron Beatty drives in another run with a sacrifice fly to right. It's a 3-spot for Chatham in the second, 3-0 A's.
And it's all small ball right now. Walk, walk, walk to load the bases. A single that just moves runners station to station. The sac fly from Hanley and a sac fly from Aaron Beatty. And for a team that was struggling to string runs together, the small ball is now working bit by bit.
Martin also tags, goes to third. First pitch to Larson. Breaking ball called a strike, outside corner, 0-1. And Hudson, that is exactly what Dennis Cook said. Not just what he wants, what he expects from his team. Move runners over, get runners in. 0-1. Fastball called a strike, outside corner, 0-2.
He's talked a lot this year about situational hitting in big spots. That right there was situational hitting. It was nothing fancy, just station to station.
0-2. Drilled. Dead center field, high in the air. Broussard jogs a step or 2 in. He settles under it and makes the right-handed catch to end the inning. But Chatham gets the monkey off of its back. The A's score for the first time in 20 innings, and they do it with a 3-spot. 3 runs on just 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left on base after 1.5 at White House Field. It is Chatham 3 and Harwich 0. Nate Taylor has a lead to pitch with. He faces 4, 5, and 6 in the Mariner order up next. It's the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Netting Professionals is proud to be the official netting partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Whether it's batting practice equipment, facility netting, custom wall padding, or so much more, Netting Professionals is the top choice in the industry for facility equipment solutions. Visit nettingpros.com today to learn more. Jake and Hudson with you, Diamond side at White House Field in Harwich. Chatham staked to a 3-0 lead, and now Nate Taylor, the right-handed starter, comes back out. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Sam Harris. Breaking ball outside, 1-0. It's Harris, Breeny, and Conti, 5, 6, 7 in the Harwich order. 1-0. Swing and a miss at a changeup, 1-1. Harris, the first baseman out of Duke, set to follow Chris Paulson, the Duke head coach, to Virginia. 1-1. Hit into high and deep into center field. Jackson Freeman tracks it back. A couple of steps from his original position. He grabs it. One gone. So Harris flies out.
The left fielder from Wofford, number
And
4,
with one
Nico
gone, Nico
Breeny.
Breeny steps up. Harris, the cleanup man, 6'5". Now Breeny, the 5-hole hitter, at 5'10". Left-handed hitter out of Wofford. First pitch from the righty Taylor. Breeny squares to bunt, pops up third base side. It lands foul. Roman Martin had a chance at it. Looked like he almost started into a dive into foul ground, but chose to stay on 2 feet and let it bounce. 0-1. Chatham had its corner infielders in ahead of the bunt attempt from Breeny. Now the first baseman, Daniel Jackson, a former Wofford teammate of Breeny, backs up. Martin still in on the grass at third. 0-1. Breaking ball lined foul. Bounces on the warning track in front of the Harwich dugout. No balls and 2 strikes on the left-handed hitter. Now the Chatham defense straight up. Both corner infielders back with 2 strikes. Breeny deepens into his crouch in the left-handed box. Taylor ready on the mound. Winds up the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, check swing. Did he go? Appeal to third. He went around. It's in the dirt. Aaron Beatty picks it up and throws to first in time to retire Breeny. Second strikeout for Nate Taylor. Put out goes 2-3. And there are 2 gone.
From Wake Forest, number 8, Matt Conti.
3-0 Chatham. Bottom of the second inning at White House Field. All 3 Chatham runs came in the top of the second. And now with nobody on and 2 out, the right-handed hitting Matt Conti comes in. But first, the Harwich Mariners manager, Steve Englert, pops out of the third base side dugout to chat with Breeny. Or I should say to chat with Conti.
No pitcher up and warming for Harwich. It's not like he's trying to give an arm extra time here. 2 outs, nobody on, just giving him an approach maybe.
I could not imagine what this is about, but Steve Englert and I are very different.
This is true. Steve Englert's batting practice music is all 60s themed. His car he drives is a Cadillac convertible with fuzzy dice. He's an interesting man.
A Cadillac convertible at least 30 years old.
Certainly, if not more.
First pitch to Conti. Fastball called a strike. Inner third, 0-1. I mean, you cannot miss that whip.
And I
you
love
drive
that.
in.
I love that thing. Fuzzy dice off the mirror is an incredible touch.
Taylor's 0-1. Breaking ball misses outside. A ball and a strike. Conti, the right-handed hitter out of Wake Forest. He's a Massachusetts native. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs. Just above the letters. Conti starts the hands around but holds up. It's 2 balls and a strike. It's Chatham 3, Harwich nothing, bottom of the second. Nobody on with 2 out. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball downstairs. 3-1. Taylor sets again. Into the windup. 3-1 to Conti. Fastball paints the lower part of the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on with 2 out. It'll be a payoff pitch to Matt Conti. Taylor takes a deep breath on the mound. Here it is. Breaking ball, chopped left side. Martin plays it on 2 hops, gloves it by his left side, sidearms to first, in time. It ends the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Nate Taylor. He gets Harris to fly out, then strikes out Brini and grounds Conti out to third. Nothing across for the Mariners in the bottom of the second. We go to the third at White House Field. Chatham 3, Harwich nothing.
Chatham A's on the air.
Shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime, sound of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie, double fall time. You feel alright when you hear the music ring. Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming in out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places. But the horns, they blowing that sound. Way on down south. Way on down south, London town.
Back at White House Field, we start the third inning with Chatham in front of Harwich 3-0. Daniel Jackson leads off for the A's against the righty starter Luke McNeely. First pitch, fastball high and tight 1-0. It's Jackson, then Jackson Freeman, then Isaiah Lane. 2, 3, 4 in the A's order. Righty, lefty, righty. 1-0. High and tight again. This time no need for Jackson to bend out of the way of it. 2 balls and no strikes though. 3 runs on just 1 hit for the A's in the top of the second. 2-0. Upstairs, 3-0. McNeely walked the first 3 hitters of the second inning, then allowed an RBI single to Roman Martin and back-to-back run-scoring sacrifice flies from Jake Hanley and Cade Arambidi. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Chatham all drive in a run. 3-0. Fastball called a strike, very tip-top of the zone, right at the white Chatham script letters on Jackson's chest. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground, left side, backhand stop off the glove of the shortstop, and Marsh boots it. He picks it up but has no throw. Daniel Jackson reaches on a Harwich error. First of the day by the Mariners. The E6 has a runner on first with nobody out for the A's, and Jackson Freeman comes up. Jackson leads off at first with nobody out. First pitch to Jackson Freeman. Outside with a fastball, 1-0. There is a righty up in the Harwich bullpen. Here's the pitch. Knocked in the air, foul, left side and out of play. Tazwell Butler, the right-hander from Kansas State, is getting loose. He has K'd 16 and walked just 1. It's been a relief ace for the Mariners. Runner on first with nobody out. 1-1 pitch coming to Freeman. Here it is. Down and in. Conti picks it on the backhand behind the plate and saves McNeely from a wild pitch. The misses in this inning, Hudson, have been more drastic than they were last inning.
He was nibbling around the corners in the second. Now he's starting to come in on those fastballs.
2-1, drilled right center field. Carter sprints back in the gap. It's down. It one hops against the wall in right center field. Jackson motors around third. He's coming home. The throw into the plate is not in time. Jackson scores standing. Jackson Freeman delivers an RBI double. It is 4-0 Chatham in the third.
A rope off the bat from Freeman. He's had his days in the last few weeks. Ended a 10-game hit streak a couple days ago, and now is picked right back up where he left off. That's 3 straight for Freeman now. And that extra base hit really rocketed out towards the wall. A little more launch angle on it, and that thing's gone.
And it looks like that's going to be all for the right-hander Luke McNeely. Steve Englert comes out. He makes a Chatham bars in call to the bullpen and goes and gets the right-hander Tazwell Butler. We'll get you all the info you need on the Harwich reliever. It is 4-0 A's in the third. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Oh woman, don't treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I've ever seen. I guess if you say so, I'll have to pack my things and go.
That's right, hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
Now, baby, listen, baby, don't you treat me this away, 'cause I'll be back on my feet someday.
Don't care if you do, 'cause it's understood. You ain't got no money, you just ain't no good.
Well,
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services. Cape Cod 5, a community bank, is committed to service. It's a Chatham bars in call to the bullpen, and the right-hander Tazwell Butler comes in for Harwich. The Mariners trail the Chatham A's 4-0 in the top of the third. And they call upon Butler, set to transfer to Kansas State next season. 5'11", 205-pound righty from Lilburn, Georgia. He's pitched to a 3.38 ERA in 8 innings to this point. 16 strikeouts to just 1 walk. He has allowed a home run. It was a 3-run shot at Veterans Field by Ace Reese. That tied the first meeting between these two teams at 10 in the bottom of the 10th.
The shortstop from San Diego, number
That
1,
brings up
Isaiah
the right-hander
Lane.
Isaiah Lane, who is the first to face him. Chatham has a runner on second with nobody out. Right-on-right matchup, and the first pitch to Lane. Fastball swung on and popped foul in the air first base side and out of play. 0-1. Butler has a loose stirrup.
Oh, no.
The portion that tucks underneath your foot has come out of his cleat and is just hanging limp, attached to the sanitary sock on his left heel. 0-1. Breaking ball up and in. A ball and a strike on Isaiah Lane.
That's one of the best things about the Cape League character-wise, is if you play for Harwich, you have to wear those stirrups.
They literally do not have any other pants. You have to wear the high pants.
It's non-negotiable.
1-1 coming to Lane. Here it is. Breaking ball. Catches the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4 runs for Chatham on just 2 hits so far. The RBI double from Jackson Freeman, the latest. Right against right. Butler set. 1-2 pitch. Up and in with the fastball. 2-2. Chase Freilich will be next, then Gavin Gallagher. 4-0 A's, top of the third. A run already in this half inning. Runner on second with nobody out. 2-2 to Lane. Check swing, and he lines it foul off the backstop. Offset toward the first base side of home plate. Stays 2-2. Chase Freilich, the on-deck batter, walks down closer to behind home plate to grab it, then hits it with his bat over to the other side. Another 2-2 to Lane. Here it is. Breaking ball, called, strike 3. Lane knew it right away. He kicks dirt and walks out of the righty box as he stares off into the horizon. First strikeout on the first batter face for Tazewell Butler out of the Harwich pen. 1 gone. Chatham still leads Harwich 4-0. Top of the third inning at White House Field, a run already in the inning. And the A's have chased the Harwich starter, Luke McNeely. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Freilich. Breaking ball called a strike, outside corner, 0-1. Only 1 fastball so far from the right-handed reliever Tazewell Butler. He comes set from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. 0-1. Breaking ball hit in the air. Foul ground right side. The first baseman Harris sprints back. He stops, and it drops foul. Sprinted all the way up against the sidewall near the Chatham bullpen and tried to make a Willie Mays-esque catch over the shoulder with his back facing toward home plate. And it dropped pretty far out of his reach. So Freilich stays alive, and the count goes to 0-2 on it. Butler comes to his set, looks at the runner at second with 1 out. Freeman takes his lead. 0-2, upstairs. Another breaking ball, and it goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Chase Freilich. Walked his first time up. The 11th free pass drawn by the Auburn DH. 1-2, clocked. Straightaway right field. Carter goes back, makes the grab as he reaches up. Freeman tags from second. The throw in, cut off, and Freeman makes it to third on the Freilich sacrifice fly. He drilled that ball, but almost right at the right fielder, Bristol Carter, who had to take just a couple of steps back and then reach up his glove hand for the second out.
Very similar to what happened to Hanley earlier in the game. That was the hardest hit ball Freilich has had really up to this point on the season. Both of them go for outs in the same game.
So now a runner on third with 2 out. 4-0 Chatham, top of the third. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Gavin Gallagher. Lined foul, just over the backstop. It's not a high backstop. Chain link most of the way up, except for the section in front of the upper floor of the press box, which is black netting. Oh, 1. Tapped foul directly behind home plate. Just to our left, it clangs up against the backstop. We're just on the opposite side of the backstop, almost directly behind home plate, slightly offset up the first base line at White House Field in Harwich. Not sunny, but a nice warm, low 70-degree temperature. And under cloudy skies, a comfortable night for baseball on Cape Cod. Butler comes set. The 0-2 to Gallagher. Drilled foul in the air, right side and out of play. The rare fastball from Tazewell Butler. Gallagher late on it. Gets enough to foul it off. And the count stays no balls, 2 strikes. Right against right. Butler comes set again. Twitches his front left foot. The 0-2. Upstairs with the breaking ball, 1-2. If Gallagher can reach with 2 out, Roman Martin would be next. He picked up his first Cape League hit with an RBI single, a line drive to right, his first time up. Butler comes set again. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He strikes out Gallagher and retires 3 straight hitters out of the Harwich bullpen with 2 strikeouts. But the A's get another run on 1 hit, 1 error, and leave 1 man on base. They chase the Harwich starter, Luke McNeely, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd with Chatham on top of Harwich 4-0. Don't go anywhere.
Chatham A's on the air.
White House Field in Harwich. Time for the bottom of the 3rd. Chatham against Harwich, and the A's up 4-0. Shintaro Inoue leads it off. Left-handed hitter from Kansas State against Chatham's righty starter Nate Taylor. First pitch. Breaking ball called a strike. Bends in on the left-handed hitter. Right into the heart of the zone. 0-1. Hudson, Ridley, and Jake Klein with you. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and popped up left side. Martin sprints over from 3rd toward the Harwich bullpen. It lands out of play on the grassy hill that pops up down the left field line, just high enough for fans to set up blankets and lawn chairs on and see over the row of Mariners lining the dugout and the bullpen. 0-2 on Inoue. He's a tough hitter to strike out. Here's the pitch. Upstairs with a fastball, 1-2. Inoue, the 5'7", 195-pound Japanese second baseman, has walked 12 times and K'd just 15 times. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down and in, 2-2. He's only hitting .212, but his on-base percentage is .422. Righty nods at the sign. 2-2 pitch. Fastball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Inoue bends over and shakes his head as he walks toward Harwich's third base side dugout. One gone.
From Auburn,
the location on the fastball, too, from Taylor had to be absolutely perfect. Inoue, when he shrinks, that stance becomes so hard to strike out looking because the zone gets so small. And when he uncoils and expands, it makes him very dangerous. Taylor, though, located.
First pitch to Bristol Carter. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-1. Carter, the 9-hole hitter for Harwich. Right-handed hitting outfielder from Auburn. The windup and the 0-1. Breaking ball down and away, a ball and a strike. Chatham 4, Harwich nothing. We're in the bottom of the third at White House Field. The A's have lost 2 straight, and up until the third inning of today's game, rather the second, had not scored in 20 innings. 1-1, cut on and missed, 1-2. Taylor set on the mound. Ready for the 1-2. Winds up. Here's the pitch to Carter. Breaking ball down and away, 2-2. The American flag atop the right center field scoreboard blowing ever so slightly out. 2-2. Fastball cold, strike 3 on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nate Taylor. He's up to 4 on the day. And now the Harwich order turns over for Trey Broussard. He walks slowly toward the left-handed batter's box. His stirrups not quite pulled up high enough to meet the elastic at the bottom of his knee-high pants. Some white athletic tights showing in the middle. 4-0 A's, bottom of the third. Nobody out with 2 on. Hit on the ground, right side, fair. Inside first, it sneaks into right field. Broussard turns first and stops there. The throw in from Larson holds him. Trey Broussard with his second hit of the game. He's got both knocks for
The
Harwich.
shortstop from Liberty,
and there is a
number
runner on
22,
first with 2 out.
Marsh.
So the M's have their first base runner since Broussard singled in the first. Taylor had set down 8 consecutively since then. Now he faces the right-handed hitting Tanner Marsh. Runner on first, 2 out. First pitch. Upstairs with the fastball, 1-0. Broussard already has a stolen base on the day. He is 9 of 10 taking bags on the summer. Shuffles off to a 3-step lead held by Jackson with 2 out. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball spins onto the outside corner, 1-1. Two hits aside, but Chatham leads Harwich 4-0 in the bottom of the third. Taylor's 1-1 pitch to Marsh. Here it is. Runner goes, now stops. Pitch is swung on and popped up. On the infield, the shortstop Lane comes in on the grass behind the mound. He makes the catch and ends the inning. Again, Nate Taylor works around the Trey Broussard single. He Ks 2 in the inning and hangs another 0. He is through 3 scoreless at White House Field, and the A's are off to a 4-0 lead against the Harwich Mariners. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left for the Mariners in the third. We go to the fourth. Roman Martin, Jake Hanley, and Cade Arambidi set to come to the plate against Tazwell Butler. Don't go anywhere. This is Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
UCLA,
Top
number
4 from
21,
White
Roman
House Field.
Martin.
Chatham on top of Harwich 4-0. It's the bottom of the A's order, as Roman Martin, Jake Hanley, and Cade Arambidi come on to face the right-hander Tazwell Butler. Butler right on right with Martin. First pitch, breaking ball, catches the inside edge. It's 0-1 on Martin. Slapped his first base hit as a Chatham angler his last time up. That brought in a run for the A's back in the second. The 0-1. Breaking ball, another called strike on the inside half, and it's 0-2 on Martin. Only 2 hits so far for Chatham. Coming in the second and third for the A's. 3 walks drawn by the Anglers. It's an 0-2 to Martin. Thought about swinging, breaking ball in the dirt. He held up, appeal down the first base line. No swing, says Joe Lobella. Again, it's Mickey Garcia behind the dish and Jeff Merzel down the third base line. 1-2 on Martin. Has a bend at the knees and he widens his stance in the righty box. Here it is. Upstairs, fastball. It's a ball just inside on Martin, and it's 2-2 to the third baseman from UCLA. He came in and originally played second to replace Ethan Mendoza, but his defense has stuck him at third, with Gallagher, the original third baseman, moving to second for the A's. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled right side. He was jammed on the inside on a fastball. Got the hands around to it in time and weakly fouled it off. Dribbled it out to the A's bullpen that stands in right field. Chatham has gotten 3 scoreless innings out of its right-handed starter, Nate Taylor. Meanwhile, the M's are on their second pitcher. It's Butler and his 2-2 to Martin. Here it is. Swing and a pop-up, drifting right side and out of play. There are berm hills on both sides here at White House Field. One on the first base side, one on the third base side. Both today have been full since first pitch. Lights are starting to become brighter at White House Field as the gray sky is now gray in the west and almost a little blue in the east. Another 2-2. Martin swings and lines it for a base hit. It rolls slowly into the outfield in right, scooped up by Carter, who fires it in, and it's a leadoff base knock for Roman Martin. Came into today without a hit for the A's. He's collected 2 in quick succession. So with the leadoff man on, it brings up the left fielder Jake Hanley. He hit a deep fly ball to center field, ended up as a sac fly, driving in a run. Righty on lefty, the first pitch. Swing and a foul sliced off to the left side. It's 0-1 on Hanley. He licks his lips, nods, and looks back to the dugout. A hittable fastball from Butler, who has shown mostly off-speed pitches early on. Martin takes his lead off of first. He's held on by the first baseman, Sam Harris. The 0-1. Martin takes off for second. Pitches a ball. The throw down, a missile, but the tag just behind. And it's a successful stolen base for Roman Martin. He's safe. His first steal with the A's puts a runner in scoring position for Chatham. Anglers on top 4-0 in the top of the fourth. Thanks to 3 runs in the second and 1 in the third. 1-1 pitch to Hanley. Foul backwards. Another fastball, this time on the outside of the plate. And both times he's seen the heater, he's left the box brimming.
That Martin stolen base, Chatham's first since last Saturday here against Harwich.
The A's
That Martin stolen base, Chatham's first since last Saturday.
He's a baseball league by a fairly wide margin. Butler checks the runner on second, now kicks and deals. High and away on a fastball, it's ball 2.
Dennis Cook did tell us that he hopes Reed Stallman, the new Mississippi State outfielder, and some more players to come help inject some speed into this team.
Stallman brought on for power and speed. Won't see him today, likely tomorrow. It's a 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jake Hanley. He's got Martin in scoring position after the single and the steal from the third baseman. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball straight to second base. In a way, fields and throws over to first in time for out number 1, but it does advance the runner. Martin goes up to third. Dennis Cook talked about that exact situation earlier today in the manager's show, which you can find on our Twitter at Chatham Anglers. He mentioned with a runner on second, you want to hit that ground ball to the right side with nobody out. That is the kind of situational hitting he's been looking for all year. And the A's completed as now the infield comes in for Harwich and Cade Arambidi stands in from the right side. It's right on right with Butler, the first pitch. Breaking ball, a called strike at the knees. The gun in right center field at White House Field reads 45 from Tazwell Butler, although I would argue that was a little faster than 45. I throw 45.
Yeah, me too.
That was not 45. It's 0-1 on Arambidi. From the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a fly ball sent out to deep center field. Broussard tracks back on it, and he makes the grab. Martin tags from third. The throw in is cut off, and the A's add another one on. It is 5-0 Chatham in the top of the 4th. Jake Hanley
The right fielder
advanced the runner, and then Cade Arambidi brought him in on the sac fly. His second sac fly of the day. He's got 2 RBIs without reaching base. That clears the bases and puts 2 down in front of the leadoff man, Ashton Larson. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 flyouts to center. First pitch, the lefty takes a fastball high. It's 1-0.
In this inning, Chatham could not have any more perfectly executed the situation that Dennis Cook outlined to me in the manager's show.
It has been small ball all the way by the A's. 5 runs on 3 hits for Chatham. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Larson. And that has to feel satisfying for Dennis Cook. The A's had gone 2 scoreless games into today. 20 innings scoreless before putting a run across. 2-0. Breaking Maloney in foul ground, standing in front of an empty Harwich bullpen as Tazwell Butler gets out of the inning. However, the A's do score a run. It's 1 Chatham run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on base. Small ball all the way for Chatham has the A's with a 5-0 lead as we head to the home half of the 4th. Robbins, Maloney, and Harris 2, 3, and 4 due up for Harwich. When we return, it's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
For over 100 years, Rogers Gray has helped protect Cape Cod families and businesses. Now, as the Baldwin Group They're the same home team with a new name on the jersey. From your first car to your dream home to your business venture, the Baldwin Group brings expanded resources as your insurance partner in protecting the possible. With the same local service you trust, the Baldwin Group is proud to be the official insurance partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit baldwin.com/Rogers Gray to learn more. Bottom of the fourth on the Cape Cod Baseball Network, in Chatham with a commanding 5-0 lead over Harwich. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. Aiden Robbins due up from the right side. The designated hitter bats third in the order. He's followed by Maddox Maloney and Sam Harris to face the right-hander Nate Taylor for his fourth inning of work. The righty kicks and deals. First pitch fastball spoiled backwards into the right. It's 0-1. Robbins struck out looking against Taylor his first time up. One of 4 strikeouts from the freshman from Georgia. He's in the transfer portal now. 0-1. Breaking ball down and away. It's 1-1. And those 3 strikeouts looking today for Taylor is a much different approach from earlier in the season. He picked up 10 in his first start, 9 of them swinging. 1-1 pitch, popped up, right side, and foul again. It's 1-2 to Robbins. Taylor has really boosted his stock since coming to Chatham. Peers in at Robbins. It's a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball in between the legs of Aaron Beatty. He gloves it before it slides in between them, and it's 2-2. He came in with just 8 1/3 innings pitched from Georgia and then lit the league on fire early on. 2-2. Popped up. Drifting foul yet again, and Robbins stays alive at the plate. It's 2-2. That early success had him become the starting pitcher at Citi Field when the Cape Cod League took on the MLB Draft League. Another 2-2 pitch. Fastball, popped foul again. This time in on the hands of Robbins, who spoils it off. Since his start at Citi Field, Taylor has had a few up and down outings, but has made his way to the transfer portal. You can find a whole lot more information on our website, chathamanglers.com. Our writer Cooper Andrews had a feature on it today. 2-2, slapped up the middle, a base hit. That's a leadoff knock for Aiden Robbins as it trickles into the outfield. And that is the 3rd hit of the day for the Mariners.
The third baseman from
Taylor has
Oregon,
allowed 2 singles to Broussard and now a single to Robbins, but still no runs against Harwich as Maddox Maloney stands in from the right side. Maloney slugged a 3-run home run the last time Chatham and Harwich met. First pitch, the righty squares to bunt, dribbles it down the third base line. Charge from third from Martin, the throw over to first, not in time. It pulled Daniel Jackson off the bag, and Maloney is safe on a bunt. Robbins heads up to second base, and just like that, back-to-back base runners for Harwich.
30, Sam Harris.
It's scored as a hit on a bunt infield single, and now Harwich leads in the hit category, 4-3. Chatham still on top, 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Runners on first and second for Sam Harris from the left side. First pitch is a fastball up and out from Taylor. 1-0 the count. Harris with a quiet fly out to center in his first time up, back in the second. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball on the ground. Gallagher fields at second. It goes under his glove, though, as he kept it in front of him, but his momentum carried it by the ball. Everybody's safe. Harris up to first base, Maloney up to second, and Robbins over to third, and Gavin Gallagher has continued to struggle in the field this season. That is the first error today for the A's. It scored as an E4, which allows Harris to reach. And now with nobody gone, the bases are loaded in front of Nico Brini.
Gallagher was pulled all the way toward the first base side as the second baseman against the left-handed hitter. Had he been in true double play depth, that would have been a tailor-made twin killing.
That would have put 2 down for Taylor. Now the bases are loaded. First pitch to Brini, grounded right side. Gallagher fields at second, the short way to second in time, but a run comes around to score. Brini drives in Aiden Robbins from third, and Harwich is on the board. It is 5-1 Chatham in the bottom of the 4th.
The catcher from Wake Forest, number 8, Matt
And with
Conti.
where that ball was hit, you could only imagine. Obviously, it changes situationally. If Chatham had turned 2 in that spot, what could really happen? Brini reaches on the fielder's choice. It's runners on the corners and 1 gone for Matt Conti. Righty-righty. Taylor's first pitch. Fastball popped up right side, and it tails foul. 0-1. Conti today 0 for 1. Grounded out to Martin at third base. That ended the home half of the second. Oh-1. Breaking ball off the glove of Aaron Beatty. He keeps it in front of him. Brini takes off for second. The throw down. Not in time. He's safe. It hit Aaron Beatty square in the glove and then spun out of it. Landed in front of him. He searched around home plate for it. And it was heads-up base running from Brini at first to recognize that Aaron Beatty did not see that ball at first. He took off for second, and now it's 2 in scoring position for the Mariners.
Wonder if Taylor and Aaron Beatty had their signals crossed. Looked like Aaron Beatty was expecting a breaking ball, and then a fastball got on him so quickly. He just got his glove up and knocked it out in front of home plate.
Now it's 0-1 to Conti. The pitch, called strike on the outer half, 1-2. Maloney leads off third. It's Brini off of second. 1-2 the count at the dish with 1 gone. Chatham up 5-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Nate Taylor from the stretch. Breaking ball gets away from Aaron Beatty into the backstop. 1 run comes in to score. Brini holds himself at third, and it's the 2nd run of the day for Harwich. The Mariners have brought across 2 in the frame. It's 5-2 Chatham in the bottom of the 4th. Score that as a wild pitch against Nate Taylor. That brings home Maddox Maloney from third. Brini made his way up to third base. And so now slowly Harwich chipping away. It's 2-2 to Conti. Swing and a blooper down the right field line, and it goes foul. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still only 1 gone for Taylor. Another 2-2. Swing and a pop-up, this time drifting foul again towards the right side. Count remaining at 2-2 for Matt Conti. Harwich with a runner on third, it's Nico Brini. 2-2 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Lane fields on 2 hops, fires to first in time to get the runner at first. But run comes around to score. Brini driven in from third. It's 5-3 Chatham on top. 3 runs across in the inning for Harwich in the bottom of the 4th.
The second baseman from Kansas State, number 2, Shintaro.
So finally the
Inoue.
traffic is gone for Nate Taylor. All he has to do is focus on Inoue at the plate with 2 gone. Righty-lefty. First pitch is grounded to the second baseman Gallagher. He fields on the ground and fires to first in time to end the inning. Nate Taylor gets touched in the frame. He allows 3 runs on 2 hits, the 1 error, and no runners left on base, but Harwich is making this thing interesting. 5-3, Chatham still in front as we make our way to the top of the 5th. The A's trail in the hits category as the bats come back in just a moment. It's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
she comes around. She's about 5'4", from her head to the ground. You know, she comes around here just about midnight. She make her feel so good, Lord. She make her feel alright. And her name is G. L. Whoa. R. I. G. L. Y. Gloria. G. L. Y. Gloria. I'm gonna shout it all night. Gloria. I'm gonna shout it every day. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Top of the fifth on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Chatham on top of Harwich 5-3 with Jake Klein. I'm Hudson Ridley. The M's brought across 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth to make this thing interesting. Tazewell Butler retakes the mound, and he faces the right-handed hitting Daniel Jackson, righty on righty. The first pitch, inside on a fastball. It's 1-0. Butler came on in relief of Luke Maloney, who did not have his best outing. 2 innings pitched, allowing 4 runs. 1-0. Inside again on a fastball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Jackson has been drilled often this season. Also leads the A's in walks with 13. He's ahead in the count, 2-0 on Butler. Here's the pitch. Fastball low. It's 3-0 now. And Jackson will get the red light. After him, it's Jackson Freeman and Isaiah Lane. It's 2, 3, and 4 of the A's order. 3-0 pitch. Called strike at the knees. Count runs to 3 balls and 1 strike on Jackson. Sun starting to set in the western sky. Gray clouds overhead. 3-1. Breaking ball low, and that's ball 4. A leadoff walk to Daniel Jackson. That makes it his 14th of the Cape League season as he trots down to first.
The center fielder from Northwestern, number 49,
That
Jackson
gives way for
Freeman.
Jackson Freeman. Back in the third, Daniel Jackson reached on an error, and then a double from Jackson Freeman brought him into score. That was the 4th run of Chatham's 5 today. A's in front 5-3 in the top of the 5th. Righty-lefty, the first pitch. It's a ball. Runner takes off for second. The throw down, not in time. He's safe. Jackson steals second base. That gives him a team-leading 6 steals on the season. He's only been caught once. Runner in scoring position for Jackson Freeman. That takes off the double play for Harwich. 1-0. Fastball catches the bottom outside corner. It's a strike. 1-1 on Jackson Freeman. The double that he roped back in the third was a hard hit ball that one hopped off the fence and right. He got nearly every stitch of it. 1-1. Fastball low. Runs the count to 2-1. Rather, that's the breaking ball out of the hand of Butler. He's avoided going to that pitch for a while. Started off with a lot of off-speed pitches and has worked in his fastball a lot more. 2-1 to Freeman. Swing and a miss. Way out ahead of the breaking ball. It's 2-2. And he knew it. Kind of flattened out his swing as he got to the top. He knew he had been defeated. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Freeman. Butler looks over at Jackson, who stands off of second base. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball above the zone. It's 3-2. The A's have walked 4 times today, just 3 hits for Chatham. Freeman leans back in his stance. Payoff pitch. Swing and a ground ball right side. Stopped by Inouye at second. Off balance throw to first. He got him. Jackson moves up to third, and yet again the A's execute exactly what Dennis Cook wants. Runner on second with nobody gone. Hit a ground ball to the right side of the infield. It's the second time they've done this today, and the A's get a runner on third out of it. It's Daniel Jackson at that bag with 1 gone. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Isaiah Lane. Lane lays the bat flat on the plate, now picks it up and waves it in the righty box. First pitch, breaking ball cut on and missed, 0-1. Jake, you have a check of MLB scores presented by Mahi Gold Outfitters.
Orioles up 4-0 on the Marlins after 3. Also done with the third in Cincinnati. Reds 1, Rockies 0.
0-1, infield in, 1 gone and a runner on third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a liner, blooped out towards right. Right fielder Carter comes in. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Jackson comes in to score, and it's a 6th run today for the A's. 6-3 Chatham in the top of the 5th. Isaiah Lane scores Daniel Jackson from third. The 4th hit today for Chatham. This A's offense is really picking up steam. It was 20 straight innings without a run for Chatham. And now in the last 4 combined, the A's have scored in each of those innings and have 6 runs from it. Lane off of first for Chase Fralick. Pickoff move to first. Lane back in time with a headfirst slide. Fralick 0 for 1 with a walk. He came in to score. Another pickoff move to first, not in time. Lane beats it. How about some more MLB scores, Jake?
Spencer Torkelson, a 2018 and 2019 Chatham Angler, is in the Tiger lineup, but Detroit trails Seattle 1-0 in the top of the 4th at Comerica Park. Rays and Red Sox are tied at 1 at Fenway. Boston has won 7 in a row.
That's got to make your heart hurt as a Yankees fan. Now the first pitch to Fralick. The lefty tips it into the mid of Matt Conti, the catcher. It's 0-1.
Yankees still have the advantage in the standings. I'm not concerned about the Red Sox.
No. Concerned about the Blue Jays, though, you would imagine.
Yeah.
Another pickoff move in Lane back in time. No tag applied from Sam Harris. Speaking of the Yankees, how are the Yankees and Cubs doing?
My Yankees are leading your Cubs 3-0.
Ooh.
Ha-ha.
Not great. Not great. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul at the plate. It hits off of Fralick, and it's 0-2.
They're in the bottom of the 3rd in the Bronx.
Who's the starter today for Chicago?
That is Carlos Rodon for New York against Chris Flexen for the Cubs.
Ooh,
who apparently has a 1.53 ERA.
He's been fantastic in late game situations for the Cubs.
Where did he come from?
He has been great late in games, trying to move him to a starter, and maybe not the best option so far. It's 0-2 to Fralick, and another pickoff move to Lane. He beats it back in time. That's the 4th move to try to get him, and now the front of his blue Anglers jersey is all muddied up. Chatham on top 6-3 in the top of the 5th with 1 gone and a runner on first. 0-2 pitch, sprayed foul off to the left side. Got any more for me, Jake?
There are several games just about to get underway. Rangers play the Astros. 2017 Chatham A. Jeremy Pena not in the lineup for Houston. Nationals, Brewers, and Braves at Cardinals also just about to start.
Another 0-2 to Fralick. Here it is. Swing and a weakly hit ground ball foul down the left field line. Fralick lunged over to tap that ball, and it was foul instantly, but only by a foot or so as it trickled down that third base line. It remains 0-2 to the lefty hitting designated hitter.
Two great pitching matchups tonight, both games that have been delayed. Kodai Senga against Michael Waka, Mets at the Royals.
Ooh.
Paul Skeens against Joe Ryan, Pirates at the Twins.
Fifth pickoff move to get Lane is not in time again.
I'm sure all the folks at those games would like baseball to be played because those are both great matchups.
0-2 to Frelick, sprayed out towards the left side. Brini comes in shallow left field, makes the grab on the run for out number 2. So Frelick retired on the fly out to left field. And with 2 gone and a runner on first, it brings up Gavin Gallagher.
North Carolina, number 42, Gavin Gallagher.
Jake, that was a very interesting trip around the majors presented by Mahi Gold Outfitters. Oh, you have one more.
I have one more note.
Okay.
Diamondbacks and the Angels play at 9:40. I feel like we owe a shout out to Tristan English, 2018 Chatham, who just a couple of days ago made his major league debut for the D-backs.
Righty on righty. First pitch to Gallagher is low. That's ball 1. How many A's is that now from the 2018 team, Jake?
12 major leaguers off of the 2018 Chatham A's, the Cape League runners-up.
That breaks the Chatham A's record originally set by the 2005 team. 1-0 to Gallagher. Fastball up high. Back pick to first. Throw does not beat Lane. He slides in safely. There has been a real fuss made about Isaiah Lane on first base. A back pick after 5 pickoff moves to first. He's stolen 3 bags this year. He's gotten caught stealing twice. He's been in the lineup this entire year. Another pickoff move, this time Lane not wanting to slide, goes back in standing. It's a 2-0 count at the plate to Gavin Gallagher. A's on top 6-3. Here's the pitch. High and inside, and it's 3-0. And Butler has done so much worrying about Lane on first base that now he has Gallagher at the plate in a 3-0 count. 2 gone. 3-0 pitch. Called strike right down the middle. Fastball at 91 from Butler. Chatham has already brought across 1 in the inning, courtesy of Daniel Jackson, who came around to score on a single from Lane, who stands off of first. 3-1 pitch. Lane takes off. Pitch is skied towards the right side, drifting into foul ground. Harris, the first baseman, gives chase, and he watches it land in foul territory. Count runs to 3-2 on Gallagher. A soft buzz over the crowd at White House Field. Momentum in the hands of the Mariners right now. It's a payoff with 2 gone. Lane will run from first. Here it is. Ball 4 upstairs. Breaking ball nowhere near the zone. Gallagher did not have to think about it. And now Chatham has drawn 5 walks today. It sends Lane to second and Gallagher to first with 2 gone.
The third baseman from UCLA.
And now a
number
lefty
21,
up and
Roman
warming
Martin.
in the Harwich pen. Mound visit from Matt Conti, the catcher, to have a word with Tazwell Butler. Only the second walk issued, rather the third walk issued by Butler all year. He came into the day with 1 walk to 16 strikeouts. And now the A's, who got the same thing against the starter Luke Maloney, have started to have Tazwell Butler collapse a bit. And now the entire infield comes in to meet with Steve Englert, the manager for the Mariners, who comes out of the dugout and peers over to give the lefty the sign. The day is done for Butler. That is all. He comes in relief and allows 2 runs to come across for Chatham. 2 gone and runners on first and second. When we return, we'll get you Butler's numbers and the numbers on the new lefty reliever when we come back. A's on top of the Mariners 6-3 in the top of the 5th. It's Chatham A's baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Some stuck out as I go. I'm just traveling up the road. Maps don't do much for me, friend. I follow the weather and the wind. I'm hitchhiking all day long. Got what I can carry in my song. I'm a rolling stone just rolling on. Catch me now, 'cause tomorrow I'll be gone. Family man gives me a ride. Got a pregnant Sally at his side. Yes, indeed, her children are a gift. Thank you kindly for the lift. I'm hitchhiking all day long. Trucker gears his engine down. Says climb on up, son, I'm highway bound.
Welcome back to the top of the 5th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. It's a Chatham Bars in call to the bullpen for the Harwich Mariners. They go with the lefty Matthew Heiberger from Alabama, 6'3", 205 pounds, an ERA of 0.79 to face the right-handed hitting Roman Martin. He comes in with runners on first and second and 2 gone to face Martin, who's 2 for 2 today. The lefty kicks and deals. First pitch is a called strike, 88 miles an hour. Heiberger comes in as the reigning Cape League Pitcher of the Week. Was expected to start today until Luke Maloney got the nod. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball down and in. It's 1-1 on Martin. Martin with a base hit back in the second. That was his first hit as an A in his 4th game. And then singled in the 4th again. Here's the 1-1. Outside. Another breaking ball. It's 2-1 on Martin. He's got Gallagher on first. He reached on a walk. Lane on second. He singled. Heiberg comes set at the chest. Peers at Lane at second. From the stretch, he deals. 2-1 is slapped deep out towards right. Carter giving it chase. It hops against the wall. 1 run comes in to score. Windmill is on for Gallagher at third. And he comes in. And now he'll have to go back. It was caught up underneath the fence out in right. And so Gallagher, who went tearing around third, would have scored easily and given Chatham an 8-3 lead. Instead, it is just 7-3 A's in the top of the 5th. But wow, that is very unfortunate for Chatham to get that ball stuck underneath.
It never came back. It rolled straight under.
Maybe that might need to be checked on.
How is that allowed?
I'm not sure.
Criminal.
Prosecution needs to happen. The A's entitled to another run. First pitch to Jake Hanley is a fastball that brushes him off the plate. He staggers backwards. It's 1-0. We've seen some crazy hijinks take runs away from the A's this year. Jake Hanley, notably, hit a double down the left field line in Falmouth that a dinosaur jumped on. 1-0. Breaking ball low and away. It's 2-0. That dinosaur was just a kid in an inflatable dinosaur costume, but it cost Chatham a run in a game that the A's lost by 2. Now Gallagher stands on third, and it's Martin on second after the double. 2-0. Breaking ball called strike. Bottom outside corner on the curveball from Heiberg. Martin has now really hit his stride. 2 singles and a double. Lefty on righty, the 2-1. Swing and a liner, fair ball down the left field line. 1 run comes in to score, it's Gallagher. Martin hot on his trails. The throw goes into second. Hanley beats it on a slide. It's a 2 RBI double for Jake Hanley, and the A's lead 9-3 in the top of the 5th. It was a scorcher just inside the third base bag
number 20,
that rolled all the way out onto the outfield grass, and by the time Breeny tracked it down, Gallagher was walking in from third with Martin tearing around second. The 2 come in to score. It puts Hanley on second base, so a runner in scoring position for Cade Arambidi. Lefty on righty, the first pitch. Breaking ball fouled backwards to the chain link backstop. It's 0-1. The A's have pushed across 4 in the frame. 9 runs scored by Chatham today as Arambidi has to reapply some stickum to the bat. Jackson came in to score to start the party. Then it was Lane. Then Gallagher and Martin on the same play. Arambidi digs back in from the right side. Here's the 0-1. Skips in the dirt and off the protector of the catcher, Conti. It holds the runner, Hanley. It skips in the dirt. Holds the runner, Hanley, at second. Hanley claimed today in the catch of the day, which you can find on our Twitter, that he's a good base runner. He stays very attentive after being at Indiana and missing how many outs were on the board. 1-1, cut on and missed. Breaking ball down low, it's 1-2. That he described as his welcome to college baseball moment after a base running mistake in his time at Indiana. One-two pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Heiberg ends the frame as he K's Arambidi, but not before Chatham does significant damage. The A's surge into a 9-3 lead, courtesy of 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and leaving the 1 runner on base. Hanley with a double, Martin with the double, Lane with the single, plenty to go around for Chatham. And now with a 9-3 lead, we make our way to the bottom of the 5th. Back in just a moment on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
The Cape's leader, sports radio play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TIC. Cape Cod. Oh, halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. Tommy's got his 6th Street in high. Now he's opening when he used to make it talk so tough.
We're halfway there on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Chatham on top of Harwich 9-3 as we enter the bottom of the 5th. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. The A's make a Chatham Bars in called to the bullpen for the lefty Dane Burns. He makes his 4th appearance of the season. The lefty starts with Bristol Carter from the right side. First pitch is a fastball, popped up and drifting foul on the first base side. It's 0-1. For Dane Burns this year, A 3.24 ERA in 8 1/3 innings pitched. 5 walks to 9 strikeouts for the lefty. His 0-1, another fastball. It's down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike on Bristol Carter. 9 runs allowed by Harwich today. That's the most on the season for the Mariners. 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outer half. A slow windup from Mickey Garcia, who gives the point towards the first base dugout. It's 1-2. One-two. In the dirt. Skips off the glove of Arambidi, and as it caromed into the air, he grabbed the ball and fired it back to Burns. It's 2-2. Before today, the highest number of runs allowed by Harwich was on Tuesday, 8 against Falmouth. 2-2. Breaking ball high. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rained out on Wednesday. And so that's back-to-back games now for the Mariners, where they've allowed their season high in runs. Payoff pitch. Low and away, that's ball 4. Tried to backdoor him on a fastball on the bottom outside corner, and Dane Burns throws his hands up, wondering where that missed. It's a leadoff walk for the right fielder, Bristol Carter. And with the 9-hole hitter aboard, it flips over the order for Trey Broussard. Lefty on lefty against Broussard. He's 2 for 2 today. Both hits off of the starter, Nate Taylor. First pitch, he squares to bunt. Fastball low. And it's a called strike. He did go around. Roman Martin was crashing in from third. Expecting that bunt for Broussard. He backs up, but still with his feet on the grass. Ready if Broussard squares again in an 0-1 count. The pitch from Burns. Runner takes off for second. Pitch is a called strike. The throw down. Not in time. He slides in safe. That throw was just a tiny bit high, but for the most part, right on the money. And it was a bang-bang play to get Bristol Carter in scoring position.
Burns lifted his leg, and the runner took off. He was looking right at him and didn't throw over to first.
He was going home to Broussard all the way. He's got him in an 0-2 count with a runner on second and no one gone. Here's the pitch. Below the zone, it escapes the glove of Arambidi. He runs after it as it goes back onto the infield grass. It's 1-2. Runner Carter holds at second base. One and 2 to Broussard. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Breaking ball low and away, and Broussard chased the whole way. The first strikeout of the day for Dane Burns, and that's the first out in the home half of the 5th. Chatham on top of Harwich 9-3 at this point. The Mariners 3 courtesy of the Chatham starter Nate Taylor, who went 4 innings allowing 4 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. First pitch to the righty Tanner Marsh has to wait. Burns steps off and pops a throw over to second base. Gallagher was waiting, but Bristol Carter was back in time. Marsh 0 for 2 today. He's popped up twice. Another pickoff move to second. This time a fiery throw, but a slide from Carter beats it. Burns had the chance to pick off Carter at first base, as you mentioned, Jake. And now for any pitcher, righty or lefty, it becomes significantly harder with Carter on second. Now the first pitch to Marsh, above the zone. It's 1-0. Another step off for Burns. Throw over to Gallagher. No challenge for Carter, who was only a few steps off of second. And now, after not challenging the runner at first time after time, Burns has gone after him at second 3 times. Now the 1-0. Runner takes off for third. Pitch is a called strike. The throw down, not in time. He beats it on a slide. Carter with a head of steam raced into third. The throw from Aaron Beatty was right at the letters of Martin at third. Made the tag a lot harder, but it looked like Carter would have beat it anyway. He's got 2 steals on his way around the base paths. It's a runner on third for the Mariners. 1-1 with 1 gone. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball gets away from Aaron Beatty. He can't find it. Now he does. Underhand throw to Burns, who was covering home. But the ball remains so close to Aaron Beatty underneath him that it held Carter the entire time at third base.
If Carter broke right away, he scores easily. Aaron Beatty lost it for 3 or 4 seconds. Carter was about halfway down the line, but didn't go.
So it's 2-1 now. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outer half. 2-2 on Tanner Marsh. Burns agrees on a sign. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball. One hops into the outfield. 1 run comes in to score. Makes it 9-4. Chatham still on top in the bottom of the 5th. Tanner Marsh single to the right side. That's the first run allowed by Dane Burns as Carter comes in to score. That puts a runner on first, still with 1 gone. For Aiden Robbins, the designated hitter. Burns looks over at first and now comes home. Ground ball hit to short. Lane fields the short way to second. In time, the throw to first gets him. It's a double play. 6-4-3 to end the 5th, and the damage is limited by the A's. Harwich scratches across 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and no runners left on base after Chatham turns 2. Alrighty, back in just a moment for the top of the 6th. It's the top of the order for the A's coming up on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
I got so down and out in Frisco, tired of the pills and the rain. I picked up, headed for the sunshine. I left a good thing behind. Seemed all of our love was in vain. Now my baby's coming in on the Tucson train. I come here looking for a new life, one I wouldn't have to explain. That voice that keeps me awake at night, one little piece would make everything right. If I could just turn off my brain. But now my baby's coming in on the Tucson train.
Welcome back to White House Field on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Chatham on top of Harwich, 9-4 as we enter the top of the 6th. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. Ashton Larson leads it off from the left side against Matthew Heiberg. First pitch from the lefty is a fastball up and out for ball 1. Heiberg came on relief of Butler, who was charged with the other 5 runs. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball, a high chopper right side. Inaway fields, underhands it from the glove, and it beats Larson at first base. That's out number 1. Score at 4-3 on a little nifty play from Shintaro Inaway at second. It took a high hop, and then as soon as it hit the infield dirt, it died on the ground. Inouye scooped it up with the mitt and underhanded it in one move to Sam Harris at first base. That brings up Daniel Jackson from the right side. First pitch is a fastball, called strike down the middle at 90 to Jackson. 0-1. One gone and nobody on in the top of the 6th. 0-1, up and out. Breaking ball. And that just slips out of the hand of Heiberg. Chatham on top 9-4, the most runs allowed by Harwich this season. 1-1 pitch. Low and in on a breaking ball. Jackson started the hands around, but then held up as it nearly tailed in and hit him. It's 2-1. Heiberg quickly the 2-1. Breaking ball upstairs, and it runs to 3 balls and 1 strike. Jackson today has reached safely twice. Once on an error by the shortstop Tanner Marsh in the 3rd, and on a walk in the 5th. 3-1. Up and out, and that is ball 4. Walk number 15 on the season for Daniel Jackson. He widens his gap at the top of the A's leaderboard and puts a runner on first with Jackson. 1 gone for the A's in the top of the 6th. Refresh on the line scores. Chatham 9 runs on 6 hits now, 1 error. For Harwich, it's 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. One of those hits was a double from Jackson Freeman in the 3rd. He stands in. First pitch to the lefty is a breaking ball, low and away, ball 1. Freeman has been stellar this season. 1-0. Fastball holds back. It's just a bit away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 weeks ago, Freeman was the Cape Cod League Player of the Week. Here's the 2-0. Inside, and he's worked his way into a 3-0 count. Freeman this season hitting .315 in 73 at-bats. He leans back in his stance. The 3-0. Fastball called strike, 3-1. No challenge from the lefty hitting center fielder from Northwestern. He played the first 20 games in right before Henry Ford left, the original center fielder for the A's. Now Freeman plays in center. 3-1. Fastball down and in. It's ball 4. That's back-to-back walks from Matthew Heiberg. It moves Jackson up to 2nd and Freeman up to 1st.
Heiberger had only walked 3 batters coming into the game. Now he's walked 3 in the game.
The craziest part is Tazwell Butler, who he came on in relief for, had 1 walk to 16 strikeouts coming into today. He ends up walking 2. And so the walk problem's becoming a thing today. That's 7 so far from Mariners pitching. The righty Isaiah Lane stands in. First pitch, fastball, called strike. At the top of the zone, it's 0-1. It puts Jackson Freeman on first. Daniel Jackson leads off of 2nd. 1 gone in the frame. Middle infield at double play depth for Harwich. Runner takes off for 3rd. The throw over. Not in time. Daniel Jackson beats it. There was no pitch from Heiberg. He got a jump too early, but was just too fast. So Jackson moves up 90 feet. It's his 7th stolen base this season. That's a catcher with that kind of speed. Playing first base today for the A's, and it puts runners on the corners with 1 gone. 0-1 to Lane. Called strike. Fastball hits the bottom inside corner, and it's 0-2. The sky is now nearly fully dark at White House Field. A dark blue kind of ombre. White at the bottom, dark blue at the top. Lollipop throw to first. Jackson Freeman was only a step or 2 off the bag. But Heiberger signaling that he knows Freeman's there. Lane ready for the 0-2. Here it is. In the dirt and gloved by Conti. Jackson started to run in from third, eager to have that ball escape by him. Chatham in search of its 10th run today. The A's on top 9-4 in the top of the 6th. One gone and runners on the corners. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Lane holds back. It's in the dirt for ball 2. Heiberger agrees on a sign. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a liner laced right side and foul. Just behind on the fastball at 92 from Heiberger. That's the fastest he's dialed it up to today. Count remains 2-2 to Isaiah Lane. Here's the pitch. Swing and a blooper right side, and it drops foul. No chance for any play from Carter, the right fielder, or Harris, the first baseman. They both stay put and watch it drift away. Heiberg comes set. He deals. Runner takes off for second. Lane slaps it into right field. Broussard goes over, makes the catch in the right center field gap. Freeman has to go back to first. He does. Jackson tags from third, and it's 10 runs today for the A's. A sacrifice fly for Isaiah Lane makes it 10-4 Chatham in the top of the 6th.
The designated hitter from Auburn,
and now that is the new highest total Harwich has allowed. With every run scored, Chatham can add to that. Two gone in the inning in front of the lefty hitting designated hitter, Chase Fralick. First pitch, low and inside. Fastball goes for ball 1. He's got a runner on first. It's Freeman with 2 gone. Lefty on lefty. Heiberger deals. Fastball low, 2-0 on Fralick. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk back in the 2nd. Ticks the bat off the left shoulder. 1-0. Right down the middle. Called strike. It's 2-1 to Chase Fralick. Has a natural grain bat, red dipped handle, something that he broke earlier in the game, but it looks like it's back. 2-1, runner takes off for second, pitches flied into left field, it dunks down for a base hit. Freeman scorching from first to third. The throw is held, he goes in with a head-first slide, and the A's execute the hit and run perfectly. A 2-out single for Chase Fralick moves Jackson Freeman up to third, and it's runners on the corners ahead of Gavin Gallagher.
From North Carolina, number 42, Gavin Gallagher.
This has looked like a totally different Chatham offense than we saw in the 2 games prior where they didn't score.
Dennis Cook has talked about it all year, the situational hitting. Today has been the manifestation of that. Only 2 extra base hits for the A's. Runners on the corners, the first pitch to Gallagher. Righty takes strike 1. It's been getting guys on base from walks. 7 for Chatham today, to compare to the 7 base hits for the A's. 0-1. Fastball down and in. It's 1-1 on Gallagher. Still searching for his first RBI as an A. It's his 70th plate appearance, and he's got a runner on third. 1-1 with 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side and foul. Gallagher held back on the curveball and just ever so slightly tapped it foul. A lefty reliever up and warming in the Harwich pen. The M's have already thrown 3 pitchers today. 1-2 pitch, grounded up the middle, Inouye grabs it at second. Off-balance throw in time to retire Gallagher and end the inning. He gets the UNC second baseman to ground out 4-3, but Chatham has reached double digits. It's 1 run for the A's on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base for Chatham. A commanding 10-4 lead as we make our way to the home half of the 6th inning. Maddox Maloney, Sam Harris, and Nico Brini, the 3 for the M's when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Cape Cod Baseball League and shares a reminder that when you donate blood, you give someone the gift of life. Blood donated through Cape Cod Healthcare benefits your friends, family, and neighbors across Cape Cod. Learn more and schedule a donation appointment at www.capecodhealthcare.org/give-blood. Cape Cod Healthcare, caring, commitment, and community. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your local area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Quincy College is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League and celebrate the students chasing their dreams on and off the field. Quincy College, Plymouth, Quincy, and online. Let's get to work. Bottom of the 6th from White House Field on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Chatham on top 10-4 with Jake Klein. I'm Hudson Ridley. It's inning number 2 for the lefty Dane Burns. He came on for Nate Taylor and allowed a run to come across in the bottom of the 5th. He faces the right-hander Maddox Maloney to lead things off. The cleanup man for Harwich. Lefty on righty, first pitch. Fastball fouled backwards off the mask of Aaron Beatty. It twists his face mask all the way to the right side of his face, and he has to reposition it. Home plate umpire Mickey Garcia gives him that time and walks out to the mound to give Dane Burns a new ball. It's 0-1 to Maloney. He's 1 for 2 today. Last time against Chatham had a 3-run shot and a 6-1 win for the Mariners. 0-1. Fastball just off the plate. It's a ball and a strike to Maloney. Burns, a tall left-hander at 6'5", kicks and deals. 1-1 is a called strike. Fastball clips the bottom inside corner. Maddox Maloney, the hitter, turns around to face Garcia and asks where that pitch was. Flashes the 1-2. Here it is. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Aaron Beatty. Count runs to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base paths empty with no one gone in front of Maddox Maloney. Under a dark night sky at White House Field, it's 10-4, A's on top, bottom 6. 2-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground to Lane at short. He fields it and fires to first, gets the runner. Maloney retired 6-3 to begin the 6th. And Isaiah Lane has been sure-handed over at the shortstop spot today. Dennis Cook has said he's the best shortstop that he's coached in the Cape Cod League. And although he's had his ups and downs in the last few games, he's been stellar defensively for the A's so far this season. Sam Harris, the first baseman, digs in from the left side. First pitch from the lefty Burns is a breaking ball, called strike down the middle against Harris. It's 0-1. Harris today 0 for 1. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul ball sprayed left side. Goes off into the night sky, and it's 0-2. Burns comes set. He deals. Breaking ball down and in and just missing. 1-2 on Harris. When Burns misses, he wears his emotion on his face. Winced after that last pitch. 1-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Gets the high inside corner on the lefty batter, Harris. The breaking ball hit him in the front door, and he strikes out looking. That's the second strikeout today. Tossed by Dane Burns, and it's 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. That brings up the left fielder, Nico Brini, from the left side. Martin, the third baseman, expecting a bunt with his feet on the grass. He stands in. First pitch is grounded right side of the infield. Gallagher fields at second, fires to first, and gets the runner for out number 3. Quick work for Dane Burns. He gets Maloney to ground out to short. He strikes out Harris looking and then follows it up with a ground out to Nico Brini that goes 4 to Nico Brini. 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners reaching base for the M's in the home half of the 6th. Back for the top of the 7th in just a moment. It's Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
Sun coming up over New York City. School bus driver in a traffic jam, staring at the faces in a rearview mirror, looking at the promise of the promised land. One kid dreams of fame and fortune. One kid helps pay the rent. One could end up going to prison. One just might be president. Only in America, dreaming in red, white, and blue. Only in America, where we dream as big as we want to. We all get a chance. Everybody gets to dance. Only in America. Sun going down on an LA freeway. Newlyweds in the back of a limousine. Well, there's sun.
Welcome back for the top of the 7th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Chatham on top 10-4 at White House Field. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. Harwich makes a Chatham Bars in call to the bullpen. The Mariners bring on Adam Arthur. 6'3", 175 left-hander, one of 4 players on this M's team from Kansas State. He faces Roman Martin from the right side, who is 3 for 3 today. First pitch from the righty, a weird sidearm delivery. It goes out of the glove of Matt Conti and trickles away. It's 1-0. I'll have to see it again, but Arthur kind of winds, then hitches towards the side and fires sidearm. 1-0. He does it again and slings a strike at the bottom of the zone. It's 1-1. Martin got his first hit as an A in the 2nd, then singled in the 4th and doubled in the 5th. 1-1 count. The pitch. Outside, 2-1. A light mist drifting under the lights at White House Field. The light tower is the only light right now. 2-1, crack down the ground, left side and through for a base hit. Roman Martin reaches with a leadoff single. He is 4 for 4. And Chatham with the leadoff man aboard to begin the top of the 7th.
Number 34, Jake Hanley.
Jake, what a day Roman Martin is having.
Well, after his first 2 games when he was 0 for 6, started to think, okay, it'll take some time. It's taken no time today.
First pitch to Jake Hanley. The lefty fouls it off. A towering foul ball to the left side.
Apparently all he needed was a day off.
That's what it takes. I wonder what he did on his day off. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
On the Anglers Extra postgame show. More to stick around for after this game. Right now in the top of the 7th, 1 on and nobody gone. Chatham on top 10-4. 0-1. Inside on Hanley. Runs the count to a ball and a strike. Martin leads off of first. 0-1. Popped up, left side. Drifting foul. Third baseman Maloney over, and he makes the grab right in front of the chain link fencing next to the third base side dugout. He ranged all the way over from third, put his hand up against the chain link fencing that goes all the way around down each line. And while bracing himself with that, he stuck up the glove and made the grab over his head for out number 1. So Hanley pops up to third, and it brings up the bottom of the order in Cade Arambidi. The 9-hole hitter is 0 for 1 with 2 sac flies. First pitch, he pops up, this time right side. Over goes Harris, the first baseman. Ranges backwards and lets it drop. That ball was drifting towards the Chatham dugout. Everybody on the top railing was getting out of the way as Harris came in, and then the ball started drifting the other way. And Harris, in a back pedal, could not put the glove in the right spot, and it drops. It's just 0-1.
It was like he was so excited to make one of those cool corner infielder catches where you flip over the dugout railing that he just overran it up against the railing when really he didn't need to go that far.
0-1 pitch, fastball down and away. It's 1-1. He really did not need to go over the railing. I think you're right, Jake. I think it was the excitement of being in some top plays compilation, and he might have missed it. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball at 72 dips under the bat of Arambidi, and it's 1-2.
I'm not saying I'm Sam Harris, but I played first and third base for a long time. Like you think about it, and the same when you play the outfield. You think about robbing a home run. Who doesn't?
Pickoff move to first. Martin back in time standing. You certainly do. I mean, I'm not a career baseball player. It's more of a hockey and soccer guy. But even I visualize it sometimes. 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That time, Sam Harris thought he had his moment.
You could play a lifetime of first base and never get the chance to do that. And I think he thought he had it right there.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Goes out of the catcher's mitt. Actually, he tipped it and went out of the catcher's mitt, so he stays alive. Just ever so slightly got to that ball. Arambidi stays alive at 2-2. Runner at first is Martin. He's held on by the first baseman Harris with 1 gone. 2-2. Swing and a fly ball sent out towards right field. Twisting foul, and it lands in foul ground. Bristol Carter, the right fielder, gave chase. He had a good jump on it and sprinted towards that foul pole, but watched it drop in front of him. It's 2-2 to Arambidi. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, and it runs the count full. American flag in right center field. Blowing just slightly from right to left. Not much wind to speak of today at White House Field. Payoff pitch. Swing and a liner. Drilled out towards center field. It drops down for a base knock. Arambidi picks up a hit. It's the A's 9th of the day. It moves Martin to second base.
The right fielder
and Chatham has the bats alive.
Larson.
I mean, Jake, we've mentioned it all day. This team is just so different from the past couple of days. You look at 20 scoreless innings dating back to Sunday and coming into the second inning today. And since then, 10 runs. Chatham has scored a run in every frame since the second. Ashton Larson from the left side. The first pitch, he cuts on and misses. 0-1 to Larson. He's got runners on first and second with one gone. Middle infield of Inouye and Marsh at double play depth. Oh, 1. Swing and a lined ball. It gets under the glove of Marsh at short and goes into the shallow outfield. Not an easy play to make, not a hard play to make, but all the runners are safe regardless. That is scored as a hit for Chatham. It's third in the inning. It belongs to Larson. And my goodness, that ball was ready to be turned into 2, and instead the bases are loaded with one gone.
Kind of an in-between ball. Was he going to catch it in the air? Was he going to let it bounce? The base runner, Martin, kind of hung in front of the shortstop, Marsh. I don't think he got a great sight line of it. Some interference there, screening the eyes of the shortstop, Marsh. It brings up Daniel Jackson. First pitch to the righty. He takes a called strike on the inner half. And now Chatham, with the bases loaded, already up 10-4 in the top of the 7th, has a power hitter at the plate. 0-1, waved at and missed. Breaking ball low and away, and Jackson really never had a chance. He still cut on it. It's 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Outside for ball 1. All three runners reaching on singles. Martin at third, Aaron Beatty at second, Larson at first. The A's now up to 10 hits today. 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Jackson, after having a word with home plate umpire Mickey Garcia, makes his way back.
The center fielder from Northwestern.
It dropped out of the glove of Conti, but the bases are loaded. There was nowhere for Jackson to go. So that puts 2 away in the top of the 7th and brings up Jackson Freeman from the left side. First pitch, called strike, low and away, 0-1. Freeman had an RBI double back in the 3rd, which brought in Jackson. 0-1. Bounces in the dirt and blocked by Conte. If it got by him, Martin would have scored from 3rd. You can hear the silence at White House Field. Pitch. Chopped on the ground, right side. Picked up by Harris at first. The flip to the pitcher covering. Arthur gets there in time and ends the inning.
Fans, it's now time for our 7th inning stretch. So why don't you
So Chatham leaves the bases loaded. It's no runs on 3 hits. No errors, surprisingly, and the 3 left on base for the A's. Chatham, though, still in control. It is 10-4 A's as we head to the 7th inning stretch. Back with you in just a moment on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Baseball Network and the A's. Sports Radio play-by-play. Chatham A's on the air.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. 'Cause it's a root for the home team.
Welcome back to White House Field after the 7th inning stretch. Yet another ballpark in the Cape Cod Baseball League that does not play Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So we hope you enjoyed it on the broadcast. The left-hander Dane Burns comes in for the bottom of the 7th, rather remains on. He faces the 7-hole hitter Matt Conti, who has to re-strap on his left glove. Chatham on top 10-4. The top of the 7th was one of only 2 frames where the A's have not scored today. Lefty on righty. Danes' first pitch. Ball off the plate. Rather, Burns. Burns came in relief for Nate Taylor, who pitched 4 innings of 3-run ball. No walks and 4 strikeouts for the righty. 1-0. Lined into center field, and it gets down. That's a base hit. The second pitch Conti sees, he drills it into center field. And the Mariners have the leadoff man aboard in the bottom of the 7th.
The second baseman from Kansas
6
State,
hits
number
today
2,
for
Shintaro
Harwich.
Inoue.
That clears the way for Shintaro Inoue. And always tough out. But he's 0 for 2 today. He stands in from the left side. Burns, the lefty, comes set. And deals. Low and inside on a fastball. It's 1-0. Beautiful night sky at White House Field. A picturesque Cape Cod Baseball League setting. 1-0. Low and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. The lights are glowing bright. It's just a slight haze at White House Field, but nothing like the fog at Veterans Field. 2-0 pitch. High and inside, and it goes 3-0 on Shintaro Inoue. Chatham has only given up 1 walk today. The A's have drawn 7. 3-0 pitch to Inoue. Low and away, that's ball 4. Back-to-back base runners, this time on a 4-pitch walk to Inoue. And it moves Conti up to second.
The right fielder from Auburn, number 26, Bristol.
Runners on first
Carter.
and second. With nobody gone for the 9-hole hitter, it's Bristol Carter. He's the only other man to walk today for Harwich. Carter makes the quick walk in on the right side. Checks his bat towards the mound. Corners are in. Here's the first pitch. He squares to bunt, dribbles it down the first base line, and it goes foul. It was rolling fair, but as it caught a couple of bounces off the dirt, it started to drift foul. And the A's are lucky it did so. It was a nice bunt laid down by Carter down the first base line. Instead, it's 0-1 after the foul ball. Jackson, the first baseman, with his toes on the grass. Same with Martin, the third baseman. Middle infield for the A's at double play depth, with Lane, the shortstop, closer to the bag. 0-1, upstairs. Fastball from Burns. Losing just a little bit of speed at this point. It's 1-1 on Carter. Burns comes set. Looks at runners at first and second. And now comes home. Swing and a liner sent out to deep left field. Hanley looks up and that ball is gone. A 3-run liner of a home run from Bristol Carter. It scores Conti and Inoue and makes it a 3-run ball game. Chatham on top 10-7 in the bottom of the 7th.
Another Mariner home run and another $500 to the Harwich
It was
Fund, donated by
drilled
Harry
off
Ellis
the bat
Builder,
from
a Cape
Carter.
craftsman providing all
He
phases of
squared up
building
the
construction
fastball
and
from
remodeling
Burns,
for Cape homeowners for over 45 years.
who at this point is starting to see it slip just a little bit. That's the second home run hit this year by Bristol Carter. The first given up by Burns through his first 11 innings in the Cape League. Turns the lineup over for Trey Broussard with the bases empty and no one gone. First pitch lefty-lefty is popped up left side, drifts into the outfield, sends Hanley back, puts the glove over the head and makes the grab for out number 1. Hanley initially broke in on the ball, and then when he saw it in the lights, he had to quickly backpedal and throw up the glove. But an out is an out all the same. It retires Broussard and brings up Tanner Marsh from the right side. Chatham leaving in Burns after allowing the 3-run shot. First pitch, low and inside. It's ball 1 to Tanner Marsh. Burns has given up 4 runs today. The starter, Nate Taylor, 3. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a ball sent out into deep right field. Larson over, and he makes the grab for out number 2. He started to step in, then made his way to his left, froze in place, and made the grab.
Number 24, Aiden Robbins.
So after the home run, it's back-to-back flyouts. One going to left, one going to right. And with 2 down and the bases empty, it brings up Aiden Robbins from the right side. All that damage was done by the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 for Harwich. First pitch to Robbins is popped up, and it drifts foul. Goes into the forest of trees that are pretty widely separated behind first base. So widely separated it gives an eerie feeling. You can't see beyond it. It's all black. 0-1 pitch. Called strike at the knees. It's 0-2. Burns a strike away from ending the inning against Aiden Robbins. 0-2 count with 2 gone and no one on. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low and away. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes on Robbins. 1 for 3 today. Struck out in the first and then grounded out into a big double play that the A's turned back in the 5th. 6-4-3. 1-2. Another foul ball, this time driven out towards the right side. It remains 1-2. The Mariners still with a chance here. It's only a 3-run game in the bottom of the 7th. The A's would not want to blow this. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball left side and foul. Robbins misses a base hit by a foot or so. He stands back in on the right side. Waves the bat. He's ready for the 1-2. Here's the pitch from Burns. Popped up and foul again on the right side. There are a lot of kids running after these foul balls. They've been plentiful today, especially on the first base side in those trees. Another 1-2 from Burns. Breaking ball low and away. Robbins does not offer, and the count runs to 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It goes in the dirt. Aaron Beatty fields it. Fires to first in time. Jackson was there on the bag, and he strikes out swinging with the throw out going 2-3. Big inning for Harwich to make this a game in the bottom of the 7th. The Mariners bring in 3 runs, all on the 3-run shot from Bristol Carter that was driven out into left field. There were 2 hits, including the single from Matt Conti. No errors and no runners left on base for Harwich. When we come back, it's the top of the 8th. Arthur, the pitcher, still remains on the mound. The left-hander faces the middle of the Chatham order when we return. A's on top 10-7 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC.
In the sun somewhere, there's some buddies in a Chevy turning up Tom Petty on the way to the Cape. they'll be there all day. In the sun somewhere, there's a home run ball flying over that wall off a Little League bat. Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. It's a road trip on a wild tear, and I'll call you when we get there. Here's to making that coffee can cash. Here's to making those good times last. 2 for 1 at the fireworks stand. Cold beer in my right hand. Pretty girls in a top-town Jeep.
Top of the 8th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network, and for the rest of your ball game, it's Jake Klein.
All right, Hudson. Time for the 8th inning. Isaiah Lane, Chase Freilich, and Gavin Gallagher come to the plate against the Harwich left-hander Adam Arthur. Left on right, first pitch to Lane. Fastball above the letters, 1-0. It is Chatham 10, Harwich 7. The Mariners plated 3 in the bottom of the 7th on the 3-run homer from Bristol Carter. 1-0. Upstairs again. No. Called a strike by Mickey Garcia. A ball and a strike. Lane is 1 of 2 tonight. A walk, an RBI single, and a sacrifice fly. 1-1. Breaking ball outside. 2-1. He's driven in 2 tonight. And now leads all active Chatham players with 13 runs driven in. 2-1. Change up low. 3-1. That's actually technically not true. Henry Ford, with 18 RBIs, who left town almost a week ago, is still on Chatham's active roster. He has not been released from the team. 3-1. Fastball lined to the screen. 3-2. So technically, Henry Ford is the active leader in RBIs. He has not been in Chatham in almost 7 days at this point. And ahead of the 3-2 pitch to Isaiah Lane, he comes out, talks with Mickey Garcia and Jay Powell, the Chatham pitching coach, who came out of the dugout. They met along the first base line in foul territory. And whatever they met about, Garcia did not charge the A's with an on-field visit, so perhaps injury-related? Either way, he digs back in. The 3-2 to him. Fastball outside, ball 4. Another walk issued by Harwich pitching. Lane takes first to lead off the 8th.
The designated hitter.
Harwich
from
pitchers
Auburn,
have walked
number
8
6,
Chatham
Chase
batters tonight.
Freilich.
Hudson has returned from the White House Field Snack Shack.
Sure have.
Chase Freilich digs in. First pitch. Fastball called to strike. Letter high. What is this monstrosity?
So I walked up, and they are out of hot dogs. And they are out of pretty much everything except for pulled pork.
Throw to first. Lane back standing.
And there is a lot of pulled pork. I expected when I got a pulled pork sandwich in Massachusetts for there not to be much pork on my pulled pork. There might even be too much.
It is overflowing. Pitch to Freilich. Popped up. Foul ground behind home plate. Coming towards us. It drops foul. Just in front of us. On the in-play side of the backstop. I mean, right in front of us. Here comes Mickey Garcia. Mickey Garcia, the home plate umpire, tells us we're lucky that we didn't get hit.
I could have lost my pulled pork.
Matt Conti, the catcher, ran over right up against the fence right in front of us, and it dropped in between him and the fence.
I don't think I would have caught that ball, Jake.
Another pick to first, Lane back standing. No, I was freaking out.
I was too. We have a lot of equipment here. That ball would have done so much damage.
0-2, breaking ball. This is inside, 1-2 on Freilich. I feared for so many things.
I mean, oh my goodness.
All the equipment, Hudson's pulled pork sandwich.
That would have been a travesty.
My own life. Here's the 1-2. Fastball smoked right center field. It drops in for a hit. Lane turns second and heads for third. The throw in is cut off. Freilich hits a single, and Isaiah Lane goes first to third. Chatham has runners on the corners with nobody out.
The second baseman from North Carolina,
Second
number
hit for
42,
Chase
Gavin
Freilich tonight.
Gallagher.
A's in front 10-7, top of the eighth, threatening to extend their lead. Runners on the corners with no one out, and Gavin Gallagher steps to the plate. Left-hander comes set, first pitch. Fastball line foul off the netted portion of the backstop. It's the part of the chain link that runs directly behind home plate in front of the press box. And the upper two panels of what would be chain link on the rest of the fence are netting in front of the upper story of the press box. 0-1. Breaking ball punched in the air, foul ground, first base side. Conti sprints over, called off by the first baseman Harris, who makes the grab. And that is the first out. Briefly, because Conti, the catcher, ran over toward the ball, nobody was covering home. Isaiah Lane took a couple of steps toward home, and then the shortstop, Tanner Marsh, came sprinting in to cover it, and Lane went back. So one gone after Gallagher pops into foul ground. And that brings up Roman Martin,
The third
who tonight
baseman
in
from
his Chatham
UCLA,
debut
number
is
21,
4 for
Roman
4.
Martin.
Singled in the second and fourth, then doubled in the fifth and singled again in the seventh. 3 of his 4 hits to right center field the opposite way. First pitch, fastball called a strike, top of the zone, 0-1. Lane leads off of third, a step into foul ground. Freilich standing on first, 1 out. Arthur set. Lefty looks at first, he deals. High with a fastball, 1-1. Chatham led this game 10-4 in the seventh. Harwich cut the lead to 3 on the 3-run homer by Bristol Carter. 1-1. Fastball punched foul in the air, first base side and out of play. Into the wooded area behind the first base side grandstand and the Chatham dugout. Still plenty of kids at the ballpark running after it. Even at 9:16. On a game that's going on 3 hours long. 1-2 pitch. Popped up, shallow right field. Carter sprints in, he stops, makes the grab. Lane tags from third, takes 2 steps, and then stops. The throw comes into the cutoff man, and Martin with an unproductive second out.
The left fielder from Indiana, number 34,
It was
Jake
medium
Hanley.
depth, pretty shallow in right field. Carter came about 15 feet in, slightly to his left, and had Lane tagged. That throw into the cutoff man, Sam Harris, probably gets him. So now 2 gone. Runners are still on the corners, and Jake Hanley comes up. First pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 0-1. Hanley is 1 of 3 today. A sac fly and an RBI in the second, and a 2-run double in the fifth. 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. The A's left the bases loaded in the seventh and did not score. Now in danger of squandering a runners on first and third no-out situation. 1-1. Fastball catches the outside corner, 1-2. Arthur takes the mound again. Comes set, first base side of the rubber. 1-2. Breaking ball smashed foul on a sharp line drive over the Chatham bullpen down the right field line. It tails out of play, and the count stays a ball and 2 strikes on Jake Hanley. 10-7 Chatham, top of the eighth. 1-2. Breaking ball outside. Freilich goes for second. The catcher Conti pump fakes, but holds it. Freilich takes second on the defensive indifference. Now there are 2 in scoring position with 2 out. And the count 2-2 on Jake Hanley. Arthur, the left-handed reliever, checks his right wrist with the pitch communication device, gets the sign, takes the mound. The 2-2. Breaking ball lined sharply to right. It drops for a hit. Lane trots home. Fralick is right behind him. He scores. Jake Hanley tacks on with a 2-run single to right. Make it 12-7 Chatham in the top of the 8th.
The catcher from LSU, number 20, Cade.
And Chatham Hudson has tied its highest offensive output of the season with 12 runs.
They certainly have, and Jake Hanley today has been seeing the ball very well. Even on the outs, the first out he had earlier in the game, the loudest contact he's made this season. That ball was drilled towards the left.
Right-handed hitting Cade Arambidi in. The first pitch is a fastball upstairs, 1-0.
And even the double he had earlier in the game on a ball that smoked. He's finally finding his rhythm.
1-0. Fastball misses high, 2-0. You talked pregame with Hanley. He said he was still trying to find his way to several factors that take adjusting to in the Cape League, including the wood bats. 2-0. Fastball called a strike inside corner, 2-1.
Those wood bats, he did say, were an adjustment, but there are times where he gets on a hot stretch and he starts to figure it out. Talked to him earlier. It's about the consistency.
2-1. Called a strike again. Inside corner, this time a little bit higher up on the righty. Stays 2 balls, 2 strikes.
If you ever want to see those interviews, too, you can find them on our Twitter, @Chatham Anglers.
2-2. Down and in with a fastball, and the count goes full, 3-2. With 2 outs and a runner on first, Hanley will be off on the pitch. Here it is. Inside with a breaking ball, Arambidi walks. The 9th walk issued by Harwich pitching. Hanley moves up to second. Arambidi to first with 2 out, and the order turns over again. It's a 6th
right
plate
fielder
appearance for
from
Ashton
LSU,
Larson.
number 44, Ashton Larson.
He is 1 of 5. The lone hit, a soft line drive that bounced in front of the shortstop Tanner Marsh and rolled under his glove into center field. Left on left matchup with Arthur, the first pitch. Smoked on a line towards second. Inouye drops to a knee and makes the catch. But Chatham does score a pair, even after the Larson lineout ends the inning. 2 A's runs on 2 hits, no Harwich errors, and 2 men left on base. After 7.5 at White House Field, Chatham is in control. The A's have tied their season high with 12 runs and lead by 5. This is Chatham A's Baseball live on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss, how did it end up like this? It was only a kiss, Now I'm falling asleep and she's calling a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching
As we go to the bottom of the 8th at White House Field, it's a Chatham Bars Inn call to the bullpen for Steve Engler. Nope. For Dennis Cook and the Chatham A's. They turn to their third pitcher of the night. It's the Clemson-bound left-hander Michael Sharman, transferring to the Tigers from Tennessee, and he comes on for his second appearance of the Cape League season. The A's are in front of the Harwich Mariners, 12-7. We start the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Maloney. Fastball up and away, 1-0. Maddox Maloney is 1 of 3. Grounded out to the pitcher, singled and scored in the 4th, grounded out to short. 1-0. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. Second outing for Michael Sharman. He pitched the final 2 2/3 in the 4th of July win over Orleans. Picked up the win in Chatham's 7-5 win that day. 1-1. Breaking ball popped up, tails out of play, right by the light tower behind Chatham's first base dugout, 1-2. Two hits and a run allowed by Sharman against the Firebirds. He allowed Orleans to tie the game when he came in relief of Charlie Foster. 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-2. Orleans came back, tied the game 5-5, and then Chatham scored again while Sharman was on the mound. Lane's 2-run single made it 7-5, and then Sharman closed it out. 2-2. Fastball, fly to straightaway center field. Freeman trots back. Now he jogs back in, races the left hand, and makes the catch above the bill of his hat. 1 out.
The first baseman from Duke, number
About
30,
as routine as it gets for Jackson Freeman. Just trotting around in his own tracks out there. He makes the grab for the first out. And now the Harwich cleanup hitter, Sam Harris, comes in. 6'5" left-handed hitter who is 0 of 3. Left on left the pitch. Breaking ball dribbled up the first baseline. Jackson comes over from first. He fields it in foul territory. 0-1. It hung right along the chalk for a couple of bounces more than halfway up the first base line. Jackson scurried out of position from first, but by the time he fielded it, he was about a step into foul ground. Harris pulls off the blue Duke-colored shin guard, puts it back on, the 0-1. Breaking ball called a strike, upper inside corner, 0-2. It's probably too high to be a strike to almost any other Harwich hitter, but right beneath the letters of the 6'5" lefty. Now the 0-2. Fastball just off the plate away. Barely misses the outside corner about belt high. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Sharman back on the mound. The lefty takes 2 deep breaths, winds up. Here's the 1-2. Fastball punched foul in the air left side and out of play over the Harwich bullpen. Onto the grassy hill with fans watching. Only a couple are left, maybe 20 or so. Probably filled with closer to 50 at the peak of this crowd. 1-2. Swing and a foul tip. No, Aaron Beatty dropped it. It pops out of Aaron Beatty's glove. Would have been strike 3 if he held on. Instead, just a foul ball. And Harris stays alive. The count's still a ball and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting Nico Brini is on deck. 12-7 Chatham, bottom of the 8th. 1-2. Breaking ball upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 12 runs on 12 hits for the A's. That run total has tied a season high. Sharman winds up, 2-2. Breaking ball drilled down the right field line. It tails foul. Barely shy of home run distance. It bounces around in the corner. Just about 10 feet foul or so. And the count stays 2-2. Center fielder Freeman shades right the pitch. Breaking ball bounced right back to the mound. Sharman fields on 1 hop, flips it underhand to Jackson for the second out. A ground ball that seemed ticketed for center field, and Sharman sticks his right-hand glove up and nabs it on one hop, then had plenty of time to flip out Harris at first.
And it, sorry. The pulled pork has gotten me, Jake. I was going to say that has plenty of heat on it as it bounced back to him. He made it look smooth, though, kind of the sidestep before he stuck the glove out.
I would love to replay the strange noise you just made before that comment. Nico Brini stands in, first pitch. Breaking ball inside. He twists out of the way of it.
And here's what I'll say, too. This pulled pork, I didn't want it, right? I didn't want it. I wanted the hot dog.
Hudson has to eat pulled pork.
I'm so glad I got it. It is very good.
Here's the 1-0 to Brini. Fastball, bounce back to the mound again. Sharman throws overhand this time and fires out Brini to end the inning. Back-to-back 1-3 putouts for Michael Sharman, who grins as he walks off towards Chatham's dugout. And the A's are through 8, still in front. 12-7 is the score. We go to the 9th. New Harwich pitcher coming in, probably the last licks for Chatham. When we come back, it's the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
I was trying to find my way home, but all I heard was a drone bouncing off a satellite, crushing the last lone American night. This is radio nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? This is radio nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? I was sitting around a dead dial, just another lost number in a file, dancing down a dark hole, just searching for a world with some soul. This is radio nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? This is radio nowhere. Is there anybody alive out there? Is there anybody alive out there?
Ryan Wright.
It's a Chatham bars in call to the bullpen for the Harwich Mariners. Ahead of the top of the 9th. Chatham in front of Harwich 12-7. With Hudson Ridley, I'm Jake Klein.
Pulled pork got you too, Jake.
I had no pulled pork. Ryan Reich is the new Harwich pitcher, right-hander out of Seton Hall. He makes his 4th appearance. In 6.2 innings, he has pitched to a 6.75 ERA, 7 strikeouts to 5 walks. Again, Chatham is in front 12-7. We start the top of the 9th, and Reich is on to face 2, 3, and 4 in the A's order. Daniel Jackson, Jackson Freeman, and Isaiah Lane. Righty, lefty, righty against the right-handed reliever.
For the Anglers, the first baseman from Georgia, number 2, Daniel Jackson.
Reich is the 5th Harwich pitcher. Mariners have allowed double-digit runs for the first time in a game this season. First pitch, Jackson swings and tips it foul into the catcher's mitt, 0-1. The previous high for runs allowed in a game by Harwich was in its last game, Tuesday against Falmouth. Harwich won 9-8. 0-1, upstairs. A ball and a strike on Daniel Jackson. Chatham hit that 9-run mark in the 5th inning tonight. 1-1. Fastball called a strike, inside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Jackson has reached 3 times on 5 trips to the plate, but he is 0 for 3. Reich winds up, 1-2. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Jackson down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. 1 gone in the top of the 9th.
The center fielder from Northwestern,
Chatham
number
12,
49,
Harwich
Jackson
7.
Freeman.
Top of the 9th inning at White House Field. And now the Harwich infield shifts over as the left-handed hitting Jackson Freeman comes up. Reich's first pitch. Fastball driven in the air toward the left field corner. Breeny sprints over near the fence. He reaches up and makes the grab for the second out. Freeman gave it a ride to the shallowest part of the park, 330 feet down the left field line.
The
It is a
shortstop
fly out
from
for Freeman,
San Diego, number 1,
who in
Isaiah
all likelihood
Klein.
ends the night 1 of 5. That RBI double in the third, his lone hit. 2 gone, nobody on base, and Isaiah Lane comes up. Right against right, Reich deals. Fastball smoked. Deep left center field. Broussard sprints back. He makes the running grab. No, it drops down. Oh, he did catch it. Broussard slides up against the left center field wall and grabs it. Takes away extra bases from Lane and ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. The last licks for Harwich coming up. The A's get no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Harwich sends Matt Conti, Shintaro Inoue, and Bristol Carter to the plate against Michael Sharman, looking to close it out for the A's when we come back. This is Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC.
Closing time at White House Field. Chatham 12, Harwich 7. We go to the bottom of the ninth. With Hudson Ridley, I'm Jake Klein.
Pinch hitting for the Harwich Mariners from
That is
UMass
a Harwich
Lowell, number 13,
pinch hitter
Scott
to start the
Donahue.
bottom of the ninth. It's UMass Lowell Riverhawk, Scott Donahue. He faces the left-handed reliever Michael Sharman. Left-hander deals. First pitch cut on and missed. 0-1. Donahue was just added to the Harwich roster a couple of days ago. 0-1. Fastball swung on and popped up. Foul ground toward the first base side bleachers, and it lands just beside those bleachers, behind the Chatham dugout on the first base side. 0-2. This is the first Cape League at bat for Scott Donahue on his third day in the league. He's a Medfield, Massachusetts native. Played in the Futures League with the Nashua Silver Knights last season. Left against right, Sharman's 0-2. Swung on and popped foul directly behind home plate. Stays no balls and 2 strikes. Chatham in front 12-7. The A's have scored in 6 of the 9 innings today. 0-2. Breaking ball down and in. A ball and 2 strikes. 3 runs in the second for the A's, then 4 in the 5th, 2 in the 8th. Those are the multi-run innings for Chatham today. 1-2. Breaking ball, grounded foul. Wide of first. Bounces off the screen in front of the Chatham dugout. Donahue stays alive, a ball and 2 strikes. Chatham's 12 runs have tied a season high after they went 20 straight innings without a run. 1-2. Fastball line foul again. Directly over the backstop, over the white tent above the merchandise area behind home plate at White House Field. There is a building, wood shingles, that says merchandise booth and then an adjacent tent. 1-2. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Mickey Garcia punches out Scott Donahue. That is the first strikeout out of the bullpen for Michael Sharman, and Harwich is down to his final 2 outs.
Shintaro Inoue.
12-7 A's, bottom of the 9th. And with nobody on and 1 out, Shintaro Inoue comes to the plate. 5'7" lefty hitter. First pitch from the lefty, Sharman. Fastball catches the outside corner. Rather, the breaking ball, 0-1. Inoue today is 0 for 2. The pitch catches the outside corner again. No balls and 2 strikes. Sharman back on the mound, ready for the 0-2. The lefty winds and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Michael Sharman. And now Harwich is down to its final out. Bristol Carter is the final hope for the Mariners.
From Auburn, number 26, Bristol.
He is 1 of 2 with a walk, a home run, 3 runs driven in, and 2 scored. He bats with nobody on and 2 out. Chatham ahead 12-7 in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch downstairs with the fastball, 1-0. The A's broke out in a major way today. After an offensive slumber, they score 12. 1-0. Breaking ball called a strike. Top of the zone, a ball and a strike. Sharman winds up again. Is 1-1. Line foul, and now the Mariners down to their final strike. Chatham with a chance to pick up its first win over Harwich in 2025. The A's 0-1-1 against the Mariners. Sharman is a strike away. He nods, winds up, and deals 1-2. Breaking ball lined on the ground to short. Lane picks it up, flings to first in time. Ball game. Chatham wins. The A's awaken from their offensive slumber. They pound out 12 hits and beat Harwich 12-7 at White House Field. Your final lines, 12 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for Chatham. 7 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for Harwich. The A's go to 9-10-3, 21 points. Harwich falls to 10-8-3, still at 23 points. All right, we've got the Anglers Extra post-game show coming up following the Chatham win. Hudson will have an interview diamond side with a Chatham player, and I'll get you the highlights. There are plenty of them tonight from White House Field. That is all ahead. The A's beat the Harwich Mariners 12-7 at White House Field. They pick up their first win over the M's in 2025. It's the Anglers Extra post-game show coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It's the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC.
When the lights go down in the city
Welcome back. It's the Anglers Extra post-game show. Chatham wins it 12-7 at White House Field over Harwich. And Hudson Ridley is diamond side with a special guest. Hudson?
Thank you very much, Jake. Joined by Roman Martin after a Chatham 12-7 win. Roman, this is your third game with the team. Yep. You came into today hitless, and then all of a sudden you exploded for 4 hits. At one point you were 4 for 4. Yeah. What clicked today?
I think it was just a confidence thing. I mean, it's always hard. I took a little break from baseball, seeing pitches from, I think my last AB was in the College World Series. So, yeah, just a huge confidence thing. Just trusting in my abilities, yeah.
A lot of guys, it takes them a long time to get adjusted to this league. What was the reaction from your teammates seeing it click so quickly for you?
Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty hyped. I know a couple of them told me it took the team a while to get going in the beginning of the season. So. It's pretty cool to be able to get going pretty early here. Yeah.
Took the team a while to get going in the last week as well. It was 20 straight innings without a run, and then all of a sudden the team explodes. Overall-wise, offense today, how does it feel to finally bring some runs across?
Oh, yeah, I felt great. I mean, it was really cool. I felt these last couple of days of pretty individual ABs, pretty selfish ABs. So it was pretty cool to see our offense come together and play to our full potential. Yeah.
Did you see the selfishness in the ABs gone today?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, pretty selfless today. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then on the defensive side too, a lot of good plays made over at third base. Right. That has been a spot that you stuck at during the year for UCLA. Right. How comfortable do you feel right now at third?
I'm very comfortable. Just kind of taking what I learned, throughout a whole season. It took a while to get there, but yeah, I can finally say that the hot corner. I feel at home there. Yeah, yeah.
That's great. And then Dennis Cook after the game had a very brief meeting for what Dennis Cook has been having recently. What did he say?
He was just saying, well, our goal for today was actually 100 runs. So he said we were 88 short. But nonetheless, he was happy and proud of us. Yeah.
Still plenty more games to get those 100 runs this season. 22 down, 18 more to go. Roman, thank you for joining us.
Of course, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, Jake, back to you with the rest of our Anglers Extra pregame show. Rather, postgame.
All right, Hudson. Chatham wins it 12-7 over Harwich at White House Field. And it is time for your highlights, presented to you, as always, by Touchstone Closing. Chatham, as we mentioned, had gone 20 straight innings without a run after they did not score in the first. So we skip ahead to the second, and it was the guy you just heard from who put the A's on the board first. Here's the 1-2. Lined, right side, over second, and into right field, a base hit. Lane jogs home. Freilich stops at third. Roman Martin's first Cape League hit is an RBI single, and the A's are off the schneid. 1-0 Chatham in the top of the second. Chatham would make it 3-0 in the top of the second inning. And then in the third inning, got right back at it, courtesy of the guy who's led the team in just about everything. 2-1, drilled right center field. Carter sprints back in the gap. It's down. It one hops against the wall in right center field. Jackson motors around third. He's coming home. The throw into the plate is not in time. Jackson scores standing. Jackson Freeman delivers an RBI double. It is 4-0 Chatham in the third. Chatham made it 5-0 with its third sacrifice fly of the day off the bat of Cade Arambidi in the fourth. It wasn't until the bottom of the fourth, already down 5-0, that Harwich finally got on the board.
That would have put 2 down for Taylor. Now the bases are loaded. First pitch to Brini, grounded right side. Gallagher fields at second. The short way to second in time, but a run comes around to score. Brini drives in Aiden Robbins from third, and Harwich is on the board. It is 5-1 Chatham in the bottom of the fourth.
So Harwich on the board, and then a couple of batters later, the Mariners made it into a big inning.
2-2 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Lane fields on 2 hops, fires to first in time to get the runner at first. But run comes around to score. Brini driven in from third. It's 5-3 Chatham on top. 3 runs across in the inning for Harwich in the bottom of the fourth.
So Harwich makes it a little bit hairy in the fourth. 5-3 was the Chatham lead. The A's eventually got that up to 7-3 in the fifth. And then in that same inning, Jake Hanley delivered one of the big blows of the day for the A's. Here it is.
Lefty on righty, the 2-1. Swing and a liner, fair ball down the left field line. 1 run comes in to score. It's Gallagher. Martin hot on his trails. The throw goes into second. Hanley beats it on a slide. It's a 2 RBI double for Jake Hanley, and the A's lead 9-3 in the top of the 5th.
So Chatham once again got comfortable. The A's got that lead up to 10-4 in the 6th, and then in the 7th, just like last time the A's played here, it was a Harwich 3-run homer that made it interesting again.
And now comes home. Swing and a liner sent out to deep left field. Hanley looks up, and that ball is gone. A 3-run liner of a home run from Bristol Carter. It scores Conti and Inouye and makes it a 3-run ball game. Chatham on top 10-7 in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, that made it a 3-run game, but in the very next half inning, the top of the 8th, Chatham needed some insurance, and who better to call upon for insurance than Jake from State Farm, Hanley.
The 2-2. Breaking ball lined sharply to right. It drops for a hit. Lane trots home. Freilich is right behind him. He scores. Jake Hanley tacks on with a 2-run single to right. Make it 12-7 Chatham in the top of the 8th.
So there it is, 12-7 Chatham, and that would remain the score all the way through.
Sharman is a strike away. He nods, winds up, and deals 1-2. Breaking ball lined on the ground to short. Lane picks it up, flings to first in time. Ball game. Chatham wins. The A's awaken from their offensive slumber. They pound out 12 hits and beat Harwich 12-7 at White House Field.
So 12-7 is the final score. Chatham scores its 12 runs on 12 hits with 1 error and 10 left on base. Harwich scores its 7 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. The winning pitcher is Chatham's Dane Burns. He is 2-0. The losing pitcher is Harwich's Luke McNeely. He is 0-2. This game started at 6:33 and ended at 9:43. Time of the game, 3 hours and 10 minutes in front of a crowd of 1,150 at Harwich's White House Field. All right. Well, next up for the A's, they return home tomorrow and take on the rival Orleans Firebirds. That's a big one for the two teams jockeying for position at the bottom of the Cape League's East Division. The A's and Firebirds go at it at 7 o'clock. Join us early on the Anglers Extra pregame show. It is Military Appreciation Day, so there's a pregame flyover for that one. We'll talk to you then. For now, it's a 12-7 win for Chatham over Harwich. For Hudson Ridley, I'm Jay Klein saying so long.
Chatham Anglers Baseball 2025 has been brought to you by the Chatham Bars Inn, Chatham Clothing Bar, Touchstone Closing, Mahi Gold, Chatham Paint and Hardware, Sweet Tomatoes Pizza, the Red Nun Bar and Grill, Short and Sweet Ice Cream, Cape Cod 5, and by the Chatham A's.
Chatham A's Baseball, Sports Radio, play-by-play, summertime on Cape Cod.
This has been an exclusive presentation of Chatham A's Baseball on TRZ Team Line.
Chatham on TRZ.